Sherry Bug. So sorry, I'm like, whoa, hold on here. It's the watch doing, I am like 13 minutes late. But looks like we already have a couple people in the room, so awesome. Just wait for a few more people to pop up. Today's our awesome giveaway, and I can't wait to find out who our winners are. We actually had, let's see, 10 people enter, and the reason for my tardiness, I was on the, hey, what up, Megan? I was on the computer and I noticed, because I was looking to make sure that I got all the people for the drawing, and there were comments on there that I didn't even know were on there. New Age Lunatic, what's up? And I was like, I didn't get notifications for these. So then it went into like a hole of me going through like all my comments. Like I was scrolling through comments and I was going back like 2 months to make sure, like, did I miss other people's comments? And apparently I'm not getting all the notifications for people's comments. And I don't want to look like a butthole. Like I'm not responding to people. Like I think I'm like too good or something. And I'm like, oh my God. So, I went back and I think, I think I got all of them, but I went back like 2 months and there were not a lot, but there were a few comments missed here and there. So I went and made sure that I was like catching up on them and, being like, hey, I'm not dissing you. So yeah. So I have my cup of tea with me, my cuppa, and this is, well, the green tea that I'm always drinking, which is my double matcha green tea from the Republic of Tea. And one day, the Republic of Tea should totally sponsor me so that I could get just like tea forever. I mean, I know we're stocked up till like the end of days, but one could always use more tea. Oh, yes. While we wait, everybody's Saturday. How is everybody's Saturday going? Megan asks. Well, for my Saturday, let's see. I have I have to do the video for the January reading, and I have to do my newsletter for the people that sign up for my newsletter, the people that buy stuff through my shop. I send them out a newsletter once a month. It's like 5 degrees here and snowing hard. It is, hold on, let me look up the temperature. It is currently 84 degrees. 84 in San Diego. I have shorts on, I have a tank top. It's been really warm, really dry. I mean, we had a couple of cold days, but it's been really warm, so I've had to put extra water on the plants. And I saw, yesterday I was watching a video from, what's her name? I forgot her name. I never know how to include everyone on that day. Yeah, Lunatic, like, it's so hard to try and like get everybody, around the holidays, and that's, I think, what makes the holidays so crazy is like you're trying to, make sure that you acknowledge this person and this person and this person. So yeah. But anyway, I was watching somebody's video and she said it was like -15 and she lives in New England. I was like, -15? Like, I don't mind cold weather if I'm visiting somewhere. Like, I love to go snowboarding, and I love to go snowboarding in Mammoth. And one time I went during like a freaking blizzard. Like, it really was a blizzard, and I've never felt like hard snow hitting your face before. And it was like almost whited out, and they had to close down a few of the lifts because like you couldn't see anything, and you couldn't see like what direction you're going. I mean, you can kind of feel the gravity of your snowboard or your skis and kind of feel, okay, I'm going downhill, but you wouldn't know that you're gonna hit a tree until you actually hit a tree. So so that was like kind of dangerous, but like kind of cool. And it was, I think the coldest I've been in is 2 degrees. See, we all should go party on everyone's holiday. I lived in West Africa for 2 years, and that's what they did there. Everyone celebrated and, respected everyone's religious days. Oh, cool! That would be totally cool. So I'm trying not to get my finger in there. It was -9, And you're back to the usual -3. Oh my God. As an everyday thing, I'm not in the negatives and anywhere near the negatives or single digit Fahrenheit numbers, anything. But yeah. Okay, so let's see. On my list for the 600 subscribers giveaway, oh, wind chill. God. Yes, I remember that in the blizzards, and I mean, you know, because I used to go to Mammoth once a year, and I would be sick from school for one day. I would take my one day off because I have, gosh, how many sick days do I have saved up? I have, I don't know, some crazy amount. I have like 50 to 60 some sick days all saved up because I'm just literally never sick. So I usually try to take like a me day once a month because again, get kind of crazy teaching high schoolers. So I take that one day to just, you know, yes, the flu. So yeah, so around President's Day in February, you know, you'll have our like Lincoln's birthday and Washington's birthday. Yes, they are my mental health days, Megan. You know, when we have that 3-day weekend on one of those where it's like you get Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, or it'll be a Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. I'll usually take that Friday off, and then we as in not my boyfriend because he's like a no cold anything. Yes, very important, mental health. I would usually go, there was some retired teachers that I would go with, and I would be the youngest person in the group by like 30 or 40 years. And I didn't mind it. I liked hanging out with them. One of them, his name's Wayne, and he's like, I don't know, he looks like he could be my dad, and in fact he does look like my dad. And who knows what his ethnicity is. Like, I mean, my dad's like pretty well mixed too, but he's mostly Filipino. And Wayne, I think, is like Hawaiian or something. Everybody thinks my dad's Hawaiian too. So, well, anyway, so I would go with Wayne, and he was retired, and then I think his wife just retired a few years ago, and then she would go with us sometimes, but she would go shopping while we'd go snowboarding. And then there was a retired principal from one of the schools I used to teach at. He would go. There was a retired VP that would go. And he was like this, he was this crazy, like, he was from New York, and he taught in the school system over in New York, and, you know, he's like this Jewish guy from New York, and I love he was always complaining about everything, you know. Yeah, so I'd go with all these people, and we'd end up having a really good time. They'd usually push me to go higher, you know, because I like, there's a couple of runs I like to go on, and I stick with those runs because I know them, and they're where I can kind of practice my turns and my spins and hops and things like that on my snowboard. And there was one time Wayne was like, oh yeah, you know, come with me. There's this run you really need to try. And I'm like, okay, well, no black diamonds, no double black diamonds. Like, we need to stick to like intermediate, because that's where I am, like intermediate, you know, kind of around there. Snowboarding's actually really fun, and I actually picked up snowboarding really quickly because I'm a surfer, and so it was like surfing, and actually preferred it over surfing because yes, I could fall and break my neck, but surfing I could drown, and I have more of a fear of drowning than I do of breaking my neck. I don't know. Snowshoeing, that's something I wanted to do, and my buddy Wayne's wife, she would, when she would go off and do her shopping, she would also go do snowshoeing with the retired principal's wife. And so all the wives, they would go off and like go shopping or snowshoeing or like cross country skiing or whatever they would do. But they wouldn't do like the skiing or the snowboarding. I'd usually be off with the retired dudes doing that, which was kind of cool. So anyway, Wayne is like, oh no, it's a run you could totally do. Like, yeah, he says, just get on this lift. And this lift looked like they were the old style like ski lifts. Like they look like they're from the 30s, and I was like, who even uses this run? No good on slippery surface. You pooped yourself when you're walking on ice and snow. Oh my god, that's pretty funny. Oh god, hold on. I have almost cracked my tailbone falling on the ice before because I love to go um, ice skating every once in a while. Can't get my boyfriend anywhere near ice or snow. He's a California boy. Anyway, that's why I love his sun bleached hair, blue eyes. Anyway, um, oh yay, everybody's here. What up? So let's see. So yeah, so we get on this run. Do you remember what was that movie, The Cutting Edge, with that annoying girl? She was like, toe pick, toe pick. You guys ever see that? It's an 80s flick, but it's fun to watch every once in a while. She's like, toe pick. Oh, so anyway, Wayne gets me on this lift, and the lifts are moving faster. Like if you don't jump on it, you're gonna fall off. Like, so I'm like jumping on. There's totally no hockey skates. Actually, I love ice hockey. I've only done it a few times, and I really loved it. And there's nowhere around here really that you can do ice hockey. But that was back when I was like dating. He was this Italian dude from Long Island, and so like I would go up north and we'd go like ice skating, or like he would do his hockey and I wanted to do hockey. And no, anyway, that's a story for another time. Blah blah blah. So anyway, back to the ski lift. Yes. So I like when the little bar comes down. I feel like I feel safe with my safety bar, so I'm not gonna fall off. So we're going up, and we keep going up, and we went up to the top of the freaking tallest part of Mammoth, and we're going up, and I'm starting to shake because I mean, I don't like heights, but yes, I don't mind ski lifts, so I don't know. And so we're going up, and as I'm like clinging to the bar and like shaking, Wayne's like, okay, I brought you on this lift because there's a plaque on the side of the mountain and I can't read it because my eyes are bad. And it's like snowing, and he says, you're young, can you see it? And yes, Steph is in the house. And I'm like looking, and it says, welcome to Mammoth. And he's like, oh, that's what that says. And we get to the top. It was a double black diamond. And I was like, Wayne, I cannot make it down here. I can't snow down there. There's rocks and trees and things I don't know how to dodge. And he was like, well, I guess you're just going to have to walk it down because that's the only way you can get down. And so I had to scarily, like I didn't get out of my snowboard. I was still in my snowboard, but I had to like go stop, go stop, go stop, go stop. So needless to say, I thought my calves and my quads were gonna burst by the time I got to the bottom of that hill. And I don't know how long it took me to get down to the bottom, probably like 15 or 20 minutes of go stop, go stop, go stop. Try not to die, try not to die. We're not gonna die today. Today is not a good day to die. So yeah, and unfortunately, yes, it's like a wonderful roller coaster that can actually kill you. But sadly, the past, 4 years now, I haven't been able to go to Mammoth because, well, the retired people, see, that's the bad part about ski slips. If it's too tough for you, yeah, you're stuck. Yeah, if you're stuck in a part, like you're just stuck there, like there's no car that can come like pick you up. It's like you gotta walk your butt down or you gotta suck it up. But yeah, I usually went with Wayne. I would carpool with Wayne and his wife, and usually one other person. But Wayne and his wife for the past few years, because now that she's retired, they've been traveling all over the world. And so right now I think they're in Barcelona again. And so they're never in the United States, and they barely got my Christmas card. You know, I thought about rolling down the hill actually. And then I thought about sliding on my butt, which I tried, but then my butt froze. So that was not a good plan. um, but yeah, so they're never really in town, and they were like my ride to Mammoth, and I don't want to go to Mammoth and just like show up and like, you know, be like, hey, other people, like, because I used to hang out with the other people, but I never like rode with them. And I don't want to just like invite myself. And then we all still used to put, you know, a deposit down together on a little, like a little bungalow to stay in, you know, where it has all the cots and beds and closets and a couple of fireplaces and things like that. And so we'd all pool our money together to stay there. And like, I can't afford one of those places on my own. I would literally need the 8 people who go to be able to, you know, afford that. So until I get some new snowboarding buddies, you know. And then the same for dirt biking, because I used to love dirt biking, and I grew up dirt biking. Like, that's the that's a certain side of my family that's all dirt bikes and camping and stuff like that, which I love because that's how I grew up. But yeah, my boyfriend doesn't like dirt biking, so actually I haven't been since the entire time we've been together. Yeah, the costs can be very crazy. Okay, so I know some peeps have been waiting, and it's about 10:30. Okay, so I know Sherry Bug D is here. Let's see. I am a Soryu. I don't know if she's here. Lyric Soul Tarot is the other person for the giveaway. Jujube Hexx, Orwasi Magic, Lack McLince, Megan B is here, I know. Sapphire Hands, Wink 360, and Amber in Wonderland. And actually what I did was I put this all on paper. Up at the top, you know, if you are one of the 3 people chosen, because I do have 3 gifts, there's my email address, Tarot Kittens Waits and Tarot. Oh, Lack McLince is here. Tarot Kittens Waits and Tarot.com is where you would email me afterwards so that we can, like, I can get your address or an address you want me to send it to, and then I can mail it off. But also, I think in my information box, or maybe I haven't put it there yet, but usually my email address is down there too. But I put it on here just so you could see it during the video. Okay, so instead of numbering people or putting people's names on a piece of paper, I actually have I have a little container here, and in the container I have 10 runes. So all my little runes are in here, and the runes correspond to the people on this page. So I just like pulled a rune for each person. So Sherry Bug D is Ethel. Ayame Soru is Ing. Lyric Soul Tarot is Nid. Jujube Hexx is Ken. Owasi Magic is Jira. Lack McLince is Bjork. Megan B is Win. Sapphire Hands is Wink 360 is Manaz. Amber in Wonderland is Dig. And I'm pretty sure I mispronounce all the names of the runes. Like, when I read runes, I understand the meanings of them. I don't really shout out the pronunciations of them, so I probably just slaughtered them all. And my apologies to the rune gods. Okay, so there you go, so you guys can all see. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this, and then we can get into, I have a few other little things, yeah, and then we'll see what happens afterwards. Okay, so as a review of the cool items that we have up for grabs in the giveaway, we have Ask Baba Yaga by Tasia Kitaiskia. Kitayskaya. So I butchered the name. My apologies. But anyway, this wonderful, wonderful book. And it has sage advice from Baba Yaga herself with some awesome pictures and things in there. You can use it like, you know, I don't know, how's my Saturday? What can make my Saturday that much better? You could like turn to a page and get some advice from Baba Yaga. Let's see. It says, wrench open the blood jar inside and a paradise of heads. Ah, berries. What up, Steph? Woman is untamed and forlorn, but once you thought you saw yourself, birdly of paradise. Now half in the burlap you lie with knobby feet. Speed with the Godspeed and you will be good to eat. In the jar and the blood speck that blooms into a castle, you can roam all year days within year, tender babes by year, ribcage sleeping meat. So what I got from that is to just let it all hang out today. So, you know, you could do something like that. So yeah, this is the first thing up. The second are these. All right, Ali's here. What up, Ali? These three little mystical creature pins. And on the back it tells you which artist created which pin, or pin, not pen. And then the last thing is this pendulum necklace. And it's a pretty blue. It's just a resin. It's not a real stone. So yeah, so it's just a resin necklace, but I think it's pretty cool. And I love the blue. So, okay. We should have a drum roll. And there's no Wally Walito here. He's under the bed right now. We'll talk about that later too, because ever since we opened the living room back up and like cleaned it all up again, he's been hiding under the bed. I mean, he comes out every now and then to play and eat and things like that, but most of the time he's back under the bed. And he hasn't done that since he was new to our house. Okay, so I have all 10 runes in here. And I decided to use this jar, here kitty, because it's plastic, and I didn't want to like ruin my, oh, Amber in Wonderland is here. Oh, Amber, you are just in time. We're about to do the drawing. Yeah, maybe I can get Wally out here later. Okay, so the people that just showed up. So once again, I have all 10 people that signed up for the giveaway are here. If you are one of the 3 chosen, this is my email address, tara@kittensweightsandtarot.com. It's all like just one word. And then there is a rune connected to every person's name on here. And let's find out the first person. The first person will be for, actually, let's start off with the necklace. Wally, everybody wants to say hi to you. Good luck to everybody. Okay, so first is the resin pendulum necklace. You could use it as a pendulum. You could use it as a necklace. You can do whatever you want with it. It'll be yours. Wally's just a little freaked out with the living room, and so he'd rather stay up here underneath the bed. And I tried saging the house today too. I did a whole house clearing. Okay, so first one up. We'll take a sip of tea. Yeah, my poor little Puma is right. Okay, for the pendulum necklace, it is, we have 10, which is Jujube Hexx. So let me write that down. Let me get my pen. I should have my pen around here somewhere because I want to write down the winners. Give me a moment. I'm going to go grab a pen. Or I have a pen behind me. Ha ha. Of course, in my Hello Kitty pencil pouch. Okay. So that is Jujube Hexx. And she is number 1, the pendulum necklace. Oh, Embracing the Moon is here. What's up? Okay, so the first winner, Jujube Hexx, and then I put off to the side what she won. So the pendulum necklace. All right. So we'll keep that off to the side. Okay, next we are going for the pins. The 3 awesome mystical creatures pins by 3 different artists. Again, I'm going to cover this back up. Take another sip of tea. And our winner is for the 3 mystical creatures pins. We have Manaz, which is Wink 360. Okay, so Wink 360 is going to be getting the 3 mystical creatures pins. And let me write that down too. So 3 pins. Okay, so there are 2 of the 3 winners. We have Jujube Hexx and we have Wink 360. Okay, so now the last one is, yay, thank you, the Ask Baba Yaga book. So this is a really fun book. Got one for myself, and then I got one specifically for this drawing. Okay, so again, you put the cap back on my little jar. Take a sip of tea. All right, fingers crossed. Okay. This person is Need Lyric Soul Tarot. All right, so let me write that down. All right, so the third person was Lyric Soul Tarot. So congratulations to those 3 winners. Please go to the email address up at the top, tara@kittensweightsandtarot.com. Again, it doesn't matter what part of the world you live in. I have subscribers everywhere, and so therefore this was open to everybody everywhere. So I don't care if you live in Iceland, I will send it to you. This will be kind of like, I guess, a Yule gift. Okay. So yes, again, number 1 was Jujube Hexx, won the pendulum necklace. Number 2 was Wink 360 with the 3 pins. And number 3 was Lyric Soul Tarot with the Baba Yaga book. Okay, so let me put all of these off to the side, and I'll put my runes back into actually my runes bag. Actually, this is my, I have my runes bag in here, but in here, in this giant bag, I have my animal runes. So these are fun to work with. So I use them in conjunction with these runes in here. Okay, so let me put those back together because my runes do not like being separated. There we go. Yay! Congratulations to everyone. I really am like truly grateful to have like that many excuse me, I have the burpees. That many subscribers. Like, you know, when I started the channel, it was just because, you know, that's something I used to do since I was a kid. I used to get my parents VHS tape, like the giant camcorder, and my brother and I would make like stupid skits and things like that, or sometimes we had the giant like recorder, the tape recorder. And so we would pretend we were like news anchors. We would pretend we were on the radio. We were radio hosts. We would interview our stuffed animals. We would pretend to be famous people. And we used to, yeah, I mean, I've always done stuff like that. And then, you know, YouTube came around and I loved watching the YouTube videos. And then one day I was like, well, what if I tried to make a YouTube channel? Because I always wanted to, because that was like right up my alley. And yeah, and I didn't really, I mean, I kind of expected some family members might, you know, be my subscribers. But I didn't know that it would be like popular. um, you had the VHS recorder too. Uh, oh, you weren't that much of a kid. Well, when we got our camcorder, because it was like the big deal when we finally got our VHS camcorder. Gosh, when did we get that? 1990, I think. I was 9 years old. Yeah, and so my brother would have been 3. Yeah, and so yeah, he was 3, I was 9, and we would mess around with it all the time. It didn't last very long. I mean, we had to keep taking it in all the time. Thank you so much, Amber. Yeah, so when I had my first 20 subscribers on here, I like called my dad. I was like, Papa, there are 20 people out there who want to listen to me. Thank you so much, Embracing the Moon. Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, I was freaked out over 20 people. And then I was like, do I know these 20 people? I knew a few of them. But then I was like, these other people, they're strangers and they like me. Like, that's cool. And then when I, like, my mind was blown at 50, my mind was blown at 100. And so now I'm like 600 people. That's literally almost the entire senior class at the school that I work with. I'm like, that's a big class. So yeah, and I don't know, I continue doing what I love to do, and you know, I just do my thing on here. I try to create content that you guys would love watching. A lot of it is for me, just because I like doing this stuff, and I like putting this stuff out there. And to me, this is like my childhood. You know, this is what I liked doing as a kid. Gosh, I have still, I took all those VHS tapes that my brother and I had recorded on, and a lot of times we kept recording over the same stuff because we didn't want to waste all of my parents' VHS tapes. So we would keep recording over and over again, which makes it kind of like the tape kind of warps. So sometimes you'd have like old film like seeping through new footage, which is kind of what you got with VHS tapes. So I think we recorded over Who's Larry Crumb on the one VHS tape. You guys remember that with John Candy? We recorded over that movie, so there's parts of that movie that kind of blip through some of our recordings, but I have since taken those VHS tapes and I have transferred them to DVDs. So I don't know, someday you guys need to watch some of those home videos, or maybe not. Actually, no, you guys should not watch those home videos. My brother and I were really stupid. I was like acting out scenes from movies. Well, my parents loved Who's Harry Crumb, and they were looking all over for that VHS tape, and I like just kind of like put it off to the side. And then there's one, oh my God, there's one, it's in our home videos somewhere, of going camping with my grandparents, and my mom has the camcorder. My brother and I, your high school friend reminded you of the cassette tapes they recorded of themselves in high school. Oh my gosh. Those. It's funny when you find tapes and things that you forgot even existed. It's like watching yourself in the past is awesome. Yeah, maybe that would be a good video. Maybe I should do that sometime in January, which reminds me, I'm going to be doing Ethany's 31 Days of Tarot. So my normal videos are going to be cut way back because I'm obviously going to be doing a video a day for that. And of course now they have mobile phones. Whoops, hold on. Yeah, it's kind of cool now because almost every kid has a phone. Um, they bought a cassette player and tapes. So yeah, so I think it's easier for kids now because everybody's got a phone, or almost everybody, and you could record like all this stuff where it was a lot harder last time, or before. We had that big clunky VHS thing, and there were like Christmas recitals and plays that my mother recorded where you can hear her moaning and groaning because the thing just weighed a ton and she had to like keep switching shoulders, and the thing's all shaky and blurry and the film's crap. um, and so, and then it had to keep going in for repairs because the damn thing wouldn't load like the VHS thing, or it would like eat the tape, or like whatever the heck was going on. And so eventually we just threw it off to the side. But what I'm trying to find is my mom had Super 8 film. The kind that you had to put on like a little reel, and that was of me really little, so that's like the really early 80s, where I was just like a toddler. Videos in one, doing all the week's videos in one. Amber, that might be a really good idea, so that way I can like still do my other videos too. So we'll see how that plays out for the 31 days of tarot. But I remember my mom busting out those maybe they were high 8 or whatever, Super 8, high 8, I forget. And they brought out the projector screen. It was just like a little mini screen, and we watched it, and of course there's no sound, it's all silent, and it's all like in fast motion. Everybody's like doo, 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 doo. Is that because I want to do that again? Yeah, 31 Days of Tarot is fun. It just gets really time consuming because you have to make literally a video every day, which is kind of what I do already. But I feel like even more like you have to do this video every day. But Amber had a good idea. Like maybe if like we took the whole week's worth of videos and just like made one video and maybe put that out on like a Friday or something like that, that might be a good idea. Still figuring that out. Because I still like to do my moon, or now the Witch's Moon box unboxings. I like to do my deck reviews. I have to do the January reading, things like that. But anyway, I can't find those Super 8 things anywhere. And I looked, and and it was stuff from when we went whale watching when I was like 3. Yeah, there were a few videos last year when I did the 31 Days of Tarot where it was like I was just doing it just to do it, and it kind of felt like my heart wasn't into a few of them, and I hate being fake. I mean on here, especially with you guys, and well, in general, anything I do, I don't I don't like being fake. I don't even have fake nails. So yeah. Let me get some more tea. So yeah, I want to find those high 8s or Super 8s and then get those converted to DVD if I can find them. But I think I have all our other home videos. Oh, anyway, I got sidetracked. I was telling you guys there's one of us camping with my grandparents, and my mom's filming it, right? And God, what the heck am I doing in the video? My grandfather wanted me to chop firewood, so he gave me a hatchet, and I'm wearing flip-flops and shorts and the little jacket, and we're by this like lake, and I think we're at gosh, what's it called? Oh, I forgot that place we used to go. It's called Twin Lakes. Twin Lakes. Yeah, we went to Twin Lakes, and I have my foot on the piece of wood with my flip-flop, and I'm hatcheting like right next to my foot, and my grandfather's like telling me to knock it off, otherwise I'm going to become a pirate with a peg leg, and I'm literally almost chopping off my foot with this like hatchet, and I think I'm like 9 or 10 in the video. And my little brother has this marshmallow that he's roasting. Black McLint's like, I don't know, the 31 Days of Tarot, it it's fun. It just can get really time consuming, and then you feel bad if you get backed up because, like, you know, life happens. So I don't know. I think people should just kind of do what feels right this year. If you're gonna do the 31 days of tarot, I think I'm gonna go with Amber's idea. um, but anyway, my brother's got this marshmallow, and of course setting marshmallows on fire is fun. And he ended up getting an ember on his jacket in the video, and my grandfather thought he was lighting himself on fire, so my grandfather's like hitting him in the jacket, and my brother's like, ah, he's like screaming, and you know, and then my grandmother's still yelling at me. She's, you're gonna cut your foot off, sweetheart, stop hatcheting right next to your toes. And it's just like this really, I mean, you have to watch it, it's just silly, but I think that would be fun. Maybe if I brought out some like really dumb home video stuff. And maybe you guys could watch that and laugh at my childhood. I am, one day, I'll probably be an old woman by the time this happens, but one day I'm gonna finish that book of mine, because I'm writing a book on my rotten childhood, and it's actually pretty funny now that you like, when reflecting on it. At the time I didn't think it was funny, but I don't know, maybe during this live chat I could get the computer fired up and I'll read you guys one of the chapters of my book. Let's do that. Hold on. Let me sip the rest of this tea. And you guys let me know what you think. Oh, Ayami Soryu, you made it! We did end up doing the drawing. You know, I'm like, I don't know if anybody would actually read the book that I write, and maybe it doesn't even matter. It's just trying to get it out. And I've written a book already. I've written a children's book, but it's the art. I need to do the art for the book, and I either want to do it myself or I want to get somebody who's an artist, but I don't know. I'm not really good about asking people about art, so then I'm like, maybe I should do it, but I've done like one picture. But yeah, so yeah, those people that just joined us, this was how we did the drawing. Everybody had a rune next to their name. I took those 10 runes, I shook them up in a jar, and our 3 winners were Wink 360, Jujube Hexx, and Lyric Soul Tarot. So yeah, let me finish this up. Let's go fire up the computer. I'll need to read you guys one of those chapters, because I read them to my friends and they're like, you should totally just finish that book. And I was like, I don't think people will believe me that childhood actually happened. I was like, I might have to sell it in the fiction section. Hey everybody, Wally's litter box, woohoo! I think Wally's still under the bed. Wally, you still under the bed? Where'd you go? Well, he's around here somewhere. Okay. Sorry, getting the computer all done up here. Well, while we wait for that, because it takes a little while for this computer to boot up. It's a 2008 MacBook Pro, and she runs like a champ. I actually have an external hard drive for it now, and I have my backup to my external hard drive because, you know, as a like photographer, and I got all my teacher stuff on there, I can't afford to lose it. Plus, the hard drive on the computer, Blast from the Past is on TV. All right. But my hard drive is just, it's old, you know, and so it makes the computer run really slow, and I have to run programs like, you know, I have Photoshop on there, I have Lightroom, all the kids in the family photos too. So I have big files because a lot of my files are raw files, and you know, that's how I do my editing. yeah, and so I'm so paranoid about losing all of my photographs and losing my work and my boyfriend's like invoices, you know, for his job, you know, and he needs that. And so I have the external hard drive, everything's on the external hard drive, and then this hard drive is backed up to the external hard drive. And then I'm like, should I buy, because now there's more of these external hard drives on sale at Costco. I'm like, should I buy a backup to the backup? um yeah, I highly recommend external hard drives, man, because not only does it free up all the space on the computer so that it runs a lot faster, but then I'm less paranoid, because if this computer breaks, like, that has no bearing on my files. Um, oh, hold on. It says, I'm trying to figure out paintings while I watch, so dual looking. Paintings. Okay, still loading. My fiance bought mine. He's a PC whiz and builds and fixes them, so knows his shit. You know, my buddy Jason, he lives up in Sacramento. Um, he was on the track team with me back in college, and we were also in the dorms together. And so if anybody's computer broke down, like, he was the guy you would call. And so that's what he does for a living now, is he fixes computers, makes apps and things like that. And he actually got me a really cool necklace for Christmas. It's got a little track and field tag. It has a little running shoe. And then the second half of the gift just came yesterday, and it's a t-shirt. And if we make it downstairs, oh, here's Wally. Hey, baby. Everybody's been looking for you. Hey, everybody. It's Wally, and he probably needs to go eat. Go eat. He's the go-to guy. Hey, dude. Everybody's been worried about you. You want me to pet your butt? Yeah, you make it so weird. Okay, computer is up. So let me turn it more towards here. Oh, stretch. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. I think it's in my stuff, and I think I hide it under my newsletters. I used to do newsletters for the family way back when. There's that one. Oh, okay. Here it is. I forgot what I even was going to title my book. It's been a while since I wrote something. I wrote something at the beginning of this year, and then I didn't. Okay, so it's currently trying to open and load. Okay, here was going to be the title of my book. Chewbacca Beast, Friend of Pauline the Booger Picker, Tales of My Childhood Survival. Chewbacca Beast is what the kids used to call me in elementary school. When I moved to, sorry, I'm just trying to get the litter box out of the picture. I think my boyfriend came back from Hawaii and he still hasn't put his crap away. Anywho, when I was in elementary school and I moved from La Mesa to Chula Vista, well, it was a rotten childhood. Yeah, the kids used to call me Chewbacca Beast because I had hair on my arms, and most of my area is Hispanic, and so everybody's like mother had them shaving and waxing their upper lip and their arms since like second grade, literally. Don't worry about the literal. Yeah, I tried to make my house is nice, it's cleaned up, but yeah, I mean, it's real life, hashtag real life. And so yeah, so the kids would call me Chewbacca Beast. Plus I was always really tall and skinny. I was a lot taller than everybody else, and so people would make fun of me all the time for being too tall, being too skinny, having hairy arms. So yeah, so they called me Chewbacca Beast. And my best friend in elementary school, her name was Pauline, and she she really pick her nose all the time. So everybody called her Pauline the Booger Picker. And I would stand up for her. I would be like, hey, you don't mess with my friend. Yeah, I'm 5'8". I am part Italian. So yeah, I'm a little furry. I'm like, I wish I would have gotten more of my Filipino side where there is no fur, but whatever. I can't pick my genes. Um, yeah, and yeah, kids can be cruel. And so I would like always be defending, excuse me, Pauline. And they'd be like, Chewbacca Beast hangs out with Pauline the Booger Picker. Um, and then it was funny because there was one boy who would just, you're not even 5'2". Here I am complaining about being 5'8". Something, don't they? I'm only 5 and short in school. And school's a nightmare, so much shorter and skinnier. Yeah, so yeah, kids, we'll just chalk it up to kids can be pretty awful. Oh, Wally's gonna be in the background. um, so yeah, there was this one guy who just teased me more than anybody else. And then he teased me all through 6th grade. And then he went to a different middle school, thank God, than I went to. And then one day, I think I had just graduated high school. Just like the Hardy Boys mom. And I saw him at the grocery store. He was in the produce section, and I remember looking over and I thought he looked familiar. And yeah, kids are rotten, man. That's why I'm trying to instill good morals into my seniors, like not changing freaking grades. Anyway. And this guy looks over and he's like, Tara? And I'm all like, who the hell are you? I'm like, hi. If I'm exactly, I need to be smaller than that. He's 6'2". You went, oh my God, you're a track and field star too? Awesome. I need to look at that. Sherry bug. Yeah, sorry, everybody sees my finger. You went to state tiers for throwing events and track. That is freaking awesome. I went to state in the 4x4. And then I ran at Long Beach State. I was NC2A. So anyway. Yeah, so yeah, I grew up to be strong, and that's kind of like how I did my, that was like my sticking it to the kids, was like I grew up to be like this like awesome athlete. Yeah, we're very, like, our school comes down really hard on bullying. They don't come down hard on like parents bullying teachers or students bullying teachers, but students bullying each other they don't allow at our school. That's actually a referral. NC2A Division 3, what's up? Oh my God, you guys are. More I learn about your backgrounds, freaking, I'm surrounded by awesomeness. You went to nationals in indoor track once, qualified a second time. That's so cool. I ran indoor. I qualified for the traveling squad a few times, and so I did do indoors. Made MVP at one of the meets for PRing like crazy in the 60 meters. That was a lot of fun. Anyway, I digress. So where was I? Mean kids, they suck. Well, anyway, so this guy, I see him. I try to have my peepers open when kids are doing what they do, but you know, unfortunately, I might miss things, and that really sucks. So, but yeah, so this guy's like, he says, it's me, Andre, like, you remember from elementary school? And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, And he's like, wow, you've changed. He's like, wow, so like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm going to Long Beach now, but I'm just back home visiting. And, you know, and he started talking. He was basically saying that I got hot. And that's when I was like, ha, not interested. Anyway, so now that the story is up, okay, so you guys get a choice. I know it was. Now that you're hot, now I want to talk to you. Um, we have a stay-at-home mom, the cheapness. These are all different like mini chapters, and what I planned on doing was making it like an adult children's book. So when they look at my life and they think, wow, because I'm engaged with kids. Yeah, people are really superficial. Um, but my boyfriend's older brother, he's a graphic artist, and so what I was thinking of doing is what he wants to do, and he's been nagging me to finish this freaking thing, because I have all these notes of all these stories, and all the stories are in my head because it's my childhood, and so. But I need to get them out on here, and then once they're out on here, he said he'll take care of the rest. Like he would do the art, like for each of the little stories. Um, and then people have the cheek to try and friend me on Facebook. That has happened. There are people that were not so nice to me in high school, and now they're all trying to find me on Facebook. I'm like, what the deuce? Didn't I? Anyway. um, and so, I thought it would be fun that way, but we wanted to keep, um, like, keep me under a certain age, so keep me under like maybe 13 years of age, so it's like my keep it at like childhood, and then maybe another time do high school. Oh my god. Now they act like, god, I keep putting my finger in there. Now they act like you're their friend, and yeah, and then people are like, oh, I haven't seen you in years, oh my god, you look so nice, and then I'm like, oh my god, I don't know you. Let's see. We have the 86 Chevy Cavalier. These are all the different chapters. We have road trips to Ridgecrest. That's where my grandparents lived. Grandma and Grandpa's house. The mud pool. That is my boyfriend's older brother's favorite. Let me see. The woodchucks, the dump, and I think that's it. So yeah, I just have a few chapters so far. Let's see. Let's go with the cheapness. Okay, I'm gonna read you guys the cheapness. Here we go. Okay. Actually, maybe I'll put the camera here so I can actually. Oh, and then laundry. Hey. Um, okay, so this chapter is called the cheapness, and it's the extreme cheapness of my family. My family was like, okay, we're lower middle class, maybe upper lower class, but I mean, there was no reason to be as cheap as we were. Okay, here we go. So this chapter is the cheapness. Okay, here we go. Oh my god, I'm actually reading my story to you guys. So far, the only people who've heard this is my boyfriend, because he knows my life. I read it to a couple of family members that I know wouldn't mind reading about my family and how I have portrayed them. And then a couple of my friends and my boyfriend's older brother. And then that's about it. So this is the unveiling of one of my chapters. So let me know what you guys think. So be honest. Okay. The stories of my family's money-saving measures could have been taken straight out of the Grapes of Wrath. I remember being in high school and using the same Ziploc sandwich bags that we used when I was potty training. We'd wash them and throw them in the drying rack for reuse. Strangely, the bags were falling apart after only a decade of use. My mom would remedy this by either taping or supergluing the holes together. Food was always in short supply, even though we went grocery shopping every other day. I am not implying that I was well fed. One only need to see childhood photos of my brother and I. I look like I could have been in a late night infomercial for Feed the Children. My brother looked like a little starving Ethiopian with his distended belly and spindly limbs. In bold, Mom's Depression era rule number 1. Only feed your children 3 square meals a day. One of those meals being from the school's free lunch program. My parents lied about income levels in order to get us on the free lunch train. No snacking regardless of activity level, i.e. running on a track team, playing soccer, etc. All cereal bowls will be marked with a Sharpie to indicate the milk line. Pour milk into the bowl first so as not to use too much milk. Follow with one bowl of cereal only. If milk runs out, use water. It tastes just like milk if you close your eyes and think about it. Mom's Depression era rule number 2. All fruit, meat, cheese, and bread are meant for my dad's lunches only. We had to keep the moneymaker in the family well fed so that he could stay strong enough to provide for the family. This wasn't 1923, and he did not work in a coal mine. Mom's Depression era rule number 3. No seconds of any kind, cereal, sandwiches, chicken at dinner time. Your father doesn't work his tail end off so you can eat like gluttons. Mom's Depression era rule number 4. You must finish everything on your plate before being excused from the table. This wouldn't have been a problem, but when you're eating boiled chicken and frozen broccoli cuts covered in butter and Velveeta, it was a bag of freezer burned broccoli stems. They sell them in the hood. My mom tried to convince us that the broccoli crowns were the unhealthy part, or a bowl of frozen lima beans. Cleaning one's plate proved to be much more difficult. I could sometimes get away with stuffing her nasty food in my cheeks like a chipmunk and being excused to use the restroom. One time she made frozen Swiss chard covered in Velveeta. I took I took one bite, dry heaved on my plate, and was immediately slapped upside my head. There are starving kids in Ireland with nothing but potatoes. I had always fantasized about moving to Ireland with these kids who ate so well. My mom came up with creative desserts to feed us since candy was not allowed in the house. Well, there was a large ceramic green M&Ms jar full of M&Ms, but those were only for my mom to aid her during times of PMS, which apparently happened every day. We also had a large bowl full of almost 2 decades worth of Halloween candy. We never bought any candy for trick-or-treaters. My parents were too cheap. Instead, we poured our bags of candy we collected while trick-or-treating into the dusty, sticky bowl. This is what we would serve kids who came to our door. So for dessert, if we were out of the plastic bucket of Neapolitan ice cream, which my mom ran hot water into to soften it up, do that a few times and it turns into concrete in the freezer, we would have ice pops. My mom would just fill our popsicle molds with water. Um, Rice milk, a bowl of milk with an ice cream scoop of leftover rock hard rice topped with cinnamon and sugar. Or if it was summer, she would just hand us a cold raw hot dog to go suck on. Picture that as you will. My dad, on the other hand, would bring home Rocky Road ice cream. He was lactose intolerant. Donuts, chocodiles, Twinkies, but these were not for us. Since my dad bought them with his money, they were only for his consumption. I would steal ding-dongs or chocodiles from the cupboards and squirrel them away in my room like a little street urchin from the streets of 17th century London. When I was a toddler, my dad would toss me pieces of donut here and there, but only if I barked like a dog and bounced around on my hands and knees like a puppy. I thought it was funny because I got a treat in the end of it. My mom would say it was horrible, but felt no need to do anything about it. My parents would not stand for anything being thrown away or donated to strangers. My parents and extended family were in the hand-me-down business. I'm not talking gently used shirts and pants. We would hand down patched underwear to my cousins that I wore between the ages of 4 and 12. I'm talking the same pair of underwear with popples on them. Our socks had patches to account for our growing feet. I used to get smacked for growing out of a pair of shoes or a pair of pants. My parents even limited my milk intake to slow my growth. My jerk physiology just did not understand my parents' frugal ways. All clothing and shoes were bought 2 sizes too big so that we could get many years of wear and pictures of wearing high waters out of them. My grandmother handed her clothes down to my mom in the 70s, who then handed them down to me in the early 90s, which I handed down to my cousin just before leaving for college in 1999. I think I'm the only person on the planet who has been handed down a pair of monthly underwear. When I was 13 and began my journey into pads and Midol, my mother handed me a giant pair of granny panties with blood stains on the crotch and a folded blood-stained sheet. My mother handed these to me as if she just handed me a family heirloom. The old used underwear were for use during my time of the month, and the folded sheet was to be placed under me while I slept. Imagine my face being handed these items. Let this happen to no one else. Ever. Frankly, I would have preferred to have been treated like the woman in a native tribe where they sent the woman into the woods for a week. Since we're on the subject, let's recall the day I became a woman. I was in 8th grade, sitting, oh my god, I'm reading this to you guys. Sitting in Mr. Montano's math class when I was called to the board to compete against another class member in solving an equation. I was in the middle of failing my equation when I heard some girls in the back of the class snickering. The boy I had a crush on leaned over and told me that I'd sat in ketchup. I finished up on the board, checking my new light yellow LEI jeans for ketchup. As I sat at my desk, the laughter spread throughout the classroom. One of the girls asked the teacher if she could take me to the bathroom. At this point, I was totally confused. The teacher began to argue about the bathroom breaks with the girls in the back of the class, when all of a sudden I heard a girl yell, "She's on her rag, Mr. Montano. Now can I take her to the bathroom?" I was mortified, but the clueless teacher asked her to elaborate. "She's on her period. She's bleeding." It was then that Mr. Montano dismissed the girl and I to the bathroom. Although once she was outside the classroom, she hopped the fence to leave with her boyfriend, who was waiting in his car out front. Please recall that we were in 8th grade. I skittered to the girls' bathroom with my hands covering my butt. In the bathroom, I ran into one of my Vietnamese friends. I explained what had happened, and she lent me her sweater to tie around my waist. She opened her purse, which was packed with every type of pad, tampon, and feminine product known to man. She had not started menstruating yet, but her father had loaded her for bear just in case. I ended up leaving school early to soak my jeans in the bathtub. My mom kept telling me how proud she was of me. I was finally a woman. My little brother wanted to know why my mom was so excited, and she announced that his big sister had become a woman. "She got her first period today." My brother yayed, clapped his hands, and congratulated me. My brother was too young to know what a period was, but I felt I had endured enough humiliation for one day. Images swirled in my head of my crush turning red when he really found out why my jeans had red on them, the girls laughing in the back of the classroom, the words, "She's on her rag," and now my semi-retarded brother dancing merrily around me trying to high-five my great accomplishment. Little did I know that the best was yet to come. My mom left for the grocery store, and when she returned, she had in her possession a small round white cake with red confetti all over it. In red gel writing, it read, "Happy Period Tara." At that point, I wanted to climb out of my own asshole. Who in the hell gets a period cake after achieving womanhood in front of her 8th grade math class? This girl. It was as if the succession of events was concocted to each be more mortifying than the last. When my dad got home from work, he inquired about the cake and why my brother was jumping up and down, yelling some incoherent gibberish. To say my brother speaks like a deaf person is an insult to deaf people everywhere. He's almost 30 and it still holds true. My mom proudly announced that I had a special accident at school. "Your daughter got her first period today." She showed him my cake and told him about my jeans soaking in the tub. My father and I locked eyes, both of us feeling really awkward, and decided that there was nothing to say. Thank God, or perhaps despite my mother's best efforts, she ran out of ways to embarrass me. So that's one of the chapters. Oh my god, I can't believe I read that to you guys. So let me go back and look at some of your comments. Who'd like to read the remainder? We had the rule, and I hated spaghetti for years because my mom cooked the hamburger in the same pan she'd cook liver prior and forced me to clean my plate. Ew! I did not eat the cake. That was like so, I like sweat every time I recall that moment of becoming a woman. Yes, I got period cake. Okay, let's see. I'll read one more for you guys and then that's it. Because they're pretty mortifying. Like, it's making me sweat. No, I didn't even eat a piece of stinking cake because I was like, I just wanted to go to my room. I just wanted to, oh. I felt like, I'm like, why me? Why me, world? Why? Let's see. Um, okay, we'll do, hmm, hmm. Uh, okay. Okay, we'll do road trip to Ridgecrest. So Ridgecrest, California is in the high desert. It's next to China Lake where the military does like their bomb testing and things like that. My grandfather moved out there because my grandfather was in the Navy. Um, I mean, he's retired lieutenant commander. He's deceased now, but well, and so is my grandmother. But my grandfather had built her a house up there, and it's in the middle of the burning ass desert. And that's where I used to spend my summers. My mother would send me off because she said taking care of children was too difficult. So she would take care of my baby brother, and then I would be shipped off to the desert to die. Um, but I love the desert. That's where I learned to dirt bike, and that's where I learned to shoot BB guns and shotguns and protect the property from things that would eat our chickens and things like that. So anyway, here's road trips to Ridgecrest. Okay, sorry, let me turn this again here so that I can read to you guys. And this is the last one, just one of the chapters. In 1986, my parents moved to Ridgecrest, California. It is located in the beautiful high desert near China Lake. China Lake is a military base where bombs and the like are tested. My mother had decided that annual summer road trips to my grandparents' house was in order. In 1987, after the birth of my brother, my parents had decided that taking care of two children was far too difficult. So every summer, I was shipped off to the desert to die. This tradition continued until I was about 15 years old. Memories of road trips to my grandparents' house will stay with me forever, kind of like PTSD. My mom and I would pack up the Cavalier for its 5-hour trip to the burning desert. My brother would get strapped into his car seat so that he could ride up with us and say goodbye to his big sister, although not forever, much to my mom's disappointment. The Cavalier did not have a working AC at this point, so my mom kept a rag in the back seat for me to make damp with the thermos of water sitting on the floor of the back seat. I was to wet my neck down and my brother's body, as he was usually just in a diaper. We had our special group of cassettes that we brought specifically for the annual trip. Free cassettes from the Happy Star meals at Carl's Jr., the Rolling Stones, and Cheech and Chong's greatest hits. Keep in mind that I was 6 years old and my brother was almost a year old. For years, there was always a shit accident that occurred on the way to my grandparents'. My parents bought cheap diapers, a size too big for my brother so that he could grow into them. This inevitably led to my brother leaking corn-filled crap out of the leg of his diaper, which pooled around him in the car seat. Combine my brother's shit stew with 120-degree temperature in the car with no AC, and now you can understand my horror. I would dry heave between screams of disgust. My mom would reach back while driving and smack me while yelling at me to clean it up. One time, I made the mistake of complaining about the intense sun pouring in through the back seat driver's side window. My mom jerked the car into the dirt on the side of the road, reached back and grabbed my baby blankie. She rolled my blankie up with the window to cut out the sun. As we drove, I noticed my blanket shredding in the sandstorm and heat. I began to cry. Again, my mom jerked the wheel and we slid onto the dirt. She rolled the window down and inspected the blanket. My mother then smacked me for allowing her to roll my blanket up in the window and shredding it. When we arrived at my grandparents' house, we unloaded the car. Once everything was put away, we went back and brought my brother in. 20 minutes in the burning ass car should be fine for a child. We laughed when we realized that one of the cassette tapes had warped and melted onto the center console in the time it took us to unload the car. So yeah, that was road trips to my grandparents' house. Okay, I will put this away now. Um, let's see, while we are in, let's see, where do I want to go to? My photos. And I want to go to kittens. I finished my Wally calendar. And I'll show you guys once it finishes printing. It says, I think Costco says it'll take 5 to 7 days to print. But I always make a calendar for my boyfriend's dad, my dad, us and my best friend. And it's like, you know, it's tradition that I always make a Wally calendar. Um, so I will turn this camera around so maybe you guys can actually see it. What I did was I photoshopped Wally into things, but I used the same 4 pictures of Wally. So I was kind of let me see if I can flip this camera in. Okay. We're going to look at my computer here. Get it nice and close. Okay, so let's pull up January. As it decides to load. Okay, so I photoshopped Wally into the snow for January. Let's see, February. I photoshopped Wally into the Eiffel Tower. Because, you know, Paris. March, I believe I put him in Ireland. Oops. You guys can see him up there. Let's see, April. I photoshopped him into the rain. You know, April showers. And then May, you know, April showers bring May flowers. So I photoshopped Wally into a flower field. And then June, which is my birth month. This is, oops, what am I doing? This is Wally chillaxing on the beach. See, July. Wally's in the burning desert. I will totally dead cheeky make my Wally Oracle at some point. Oh, Bella Lacron is here. And healing my way in a hospital, not doing well. Sad way to end my visit with my son. Okay, need to go. Wish you well. Bella Lacron, I will send lots of good vibes your way. I'm sorry to hear that. Actually, I was going to do some spell work today, so I will be sending out lots of good vibes today. Okay, this is Wally in Egypt. What was that, August? If you tuned in at Period Cake, oh my god. Okay, so this is September, and I photoshopped him into the classroom. Thank you, Bella, for stopping by. And seriously, I'm serious. I will, when I'm doing my spell work tonight, I'm going to include you into it because I usually have a list of names of people that I do my healing work for. So know that I'm serious. I will definitely do some healing for you. Let's see. And then October. This Wally down here, hanging with the witches. You like the beach chair one? I had to make my birth month like really cool. Let's see. This is November. And then December was just our Christmas card picture, and I don't know if you guys saw that. So let's see, let's get to the holidays. Christmas of this year. And this was our Christmas card picture. love Wally in the Irish castle. I was like, yeah, we need to put Wally in Ireland. But yeah, Amber had already given me the idea of, I need to get some more poses of Wally so that I could Photoshop him separately, um, so that they look like, when you cut people out of pictures in Photoshop. Mm-hmm. Oh no, I actually had to open Photoshop for that. Whoops. But so that I could separate him and make him a Photoshop file, and then I could place him in various scenes. And so what I wanted to do was then ask you guys, put the call out on YouTube. So see, I cut him out, so now he's a smart object, so that he can be placed anywhere. Oops, I just turned that to M. So yeah, I want to put him in various locations around the world, and since everybody who's on my channel comes from all parts of the United States and all parts of the world, I would then have like you guys send me pictures of dressing up like a Wally doll. I should. And people who are in Texas, or people who are in London, people who are in Scotland, people who are in other parts of California. Like if they took pictures of their sacred spots, or spots that have a lot of healing or power, send them to me, and then I would kind of choose which ones to work with to create cards from, and then Photoshop Wally into the cards, as if he's visiting all these sites. I should get a Wally doll made. Yeah, like Wally riding in a London double-decker. That would be awesome. And then, maybe add some other symbols to the cards, maybe, or maybe just leave it like that, and people could, take the energy from the card, because it would be sites that you guys come up with. And then, I don't know how it would work, like you guys would be contributors or something like that. Oh yeah, and then put Floppy Horse in there for sure. Floppy's on my bed right now. And yeah, and I'm kind of trying to figure out like the legal logistics of that, taking people's photos, because obviously I would have to copyright them. And then, like maybe do the guidebook and give everybody a shout out, everybody who contributed to the deck, put all their names in there, something like that. But I think a community deck like that would be, yeah, Wally and Floppy Horse. Wally and Floppy Horse travel the world. But yeah, I think something like that would be pretty cool. Let's see, while we're on my computer, do I have baby Wally in here? I do. This is baby Wally. Yes, Sacred Places of Energy with Wally and Floppy Horse. Sherry Bug, you know what? I'm gonna write that title down. Hold on. Let me look at what that was. Sacred Places of Energy with Wally and Floppy Horse. Yes. When I get in the other room, I'm gonna write that down. See, Wally as a spider kitten. Thank you, Sherry Bug. Okay, I'm gonna turn the computer off, and I'm gonna go into the other room because I'm gonna write. Oops, I don't want to log out. Sorry, I want to shut down. Because I want to write that title down. I'm serious. And Amber had such a great idea with the whole Oracle thing. Wally at the Met. Yes. Oh, it's just your friendly neighborhood spider cat. Oh, Wally used to cling to the screen that's like over here. He would just be like spider cat on the screen. Oh, anyway, but sometimes Wally sleeps there, and those are his stuffed animals. That's Albert that's back there. He's my giant bear from Costco. Of course, that's Hello Kitty in my pajamas. Um, yes, I want to get into the other room, cover my computer up real quick. I like to keep a towel on top of my computer. And actually, when my house was broken into, they didn't know there was a computer under there, so that's, I believe, why it didn't get stolen. Oh, hey, Wally. Yeah, spider kitten does everything a spider kitten does. He can kill, he can crawl, he can climb all over the wall. Watch out, here comes spider kitten. Let me see, where's Floppy Horse? Nope, that's Giuseppe. Here's Floppy. Yay! Hello, everybody. So yes, that's Floppy, Hollywood, Little Me, Sven, my Swedish horse. This is Giuseppe. He sits around smoking cigarettes and drinking the wine and eating the cheese. And this is Jules. He came from a frozen barn in Julian. And we have Snoopy. We have Benny Banana. My boyfriend thinks he flings poo, but he does not fling poo. And then we have Arnie. Arnie is my turtle. So yes. Oh, and then here is Yuki. Yuki is from Japan. So there you go. Okay, so we're going into the other room. Oh, by the way, everything's all kind of cleaned up now, so yeah. So I know when we did the house tour before, you know, it looked god-awful, but I cleaned up the bathroom. I cleaned all the towels, and I need to replace that curtain because it's gross. And then we have our buddy coming in to fix the faucet. But he Jimmy rigged it for my boyfriend's older brother and his sister-in-law who came to visit. But yay, see? Less creepy. And then the other room. That's my boyfriend's crap. Yeah, I was able to kind of fix up my area. We have our gym back in here, so it's more like a gym again, and not a creepy jerk's room. So yay! Okay, let me flip her back around here. Okay, so on my paper, I was gonna write down that title. Sacred Places of Energy. Yeah. Sacred. With Wally and Floppy. Bam. Bamity bam. Okay. I'm going to put this here and put my pen away. There we go. Okay, I know what I was gonna show you guys, so I bring you guys back in. Oh, it's nice and light in here again. Put that over there. I realized that not many people knew that I do sprays and I have sprays in my shop. So I was just quickly going to let you guys know, if you want to go grab some sprays, they're only $6, but they're a lot cheaper if you buy more than one. Okay, so yes, I'm doing a little self-promo here because I forget that I have sprays in my shop, even though I sell my sprays, and I just forget to promote myself. So anyway, so I have my No Bad Vibes spray, so that's like clears the area. Yeah, the room, I cleared this whole house. I have like a major clearing that I do, where I went through with like a heavy duty sage bundle that I have. I went through with my my Jamaican rattle. I went through with my Tibetan singing bowl, and then I went through with holy water, and then my own Florida water that I made. Yeah, and it feels just a lot better in here. Okay, and then I have my Fairy Sparkle Spray. Oh, Wally's gonna be in his little box. Hold on, let me show you guys. That's the little box I got. This keeps buffering, so I'm gonna head off Kids to bed. All right, Amber, thank you so much for stopping by. You get the kiddos to bed. Yes, Dead Cheeky, I make my own Florida waters. Yeah, it's a little kitten carrier, but you know, it's just his little hideaway because we have a real carrier. I should push it into the sun. Oh, I should. Hold on. Wally, do you want to be in the sun? Woo. Dude. Wally's now in the sun. Let me show you my Florida water. I put like herbs and stuff in it too, but it's my own version of Florida water. So mine's brown. Sometimes people's Florida water is clear. Mine is not clear. It's got all sorts of stuff in there. Version, but added what I had and I cleansed with it. Yeah. If I need some like major stuff, like I'm doing like a really, what the heck are you doing, Wally? If I have like a really major spell that I'm doing or a major meditation or I need some deep cleaning, like cleaning this house, that's when I bust out my Florida water. Oh, great. Yeah. So I made sure to get all the corners too. So I don't think everything is as creepy as it was. Wally, it was funny. And I said that I would talk about this, but Wally was a little freaked out. Like once we opened that room back up, the living room, and we had cleared it out, we put all the furniture back in. One of our friends came over to help Jimmy rig that faucet in the guest bathroom for my boyfriend's older brother and sister-in-law because they're going to be staying in the guest room there. And I don't know, then Wally decided he was freaked out in the living room, and he's still a little like nervous about being in the living room. But we've been trying to play with him in there and everything, so he's kind of okay. But he keeps going back under the bed, which he hasn't done that since he was a kitten. And he would keep like staring at the staircase. He keeps staring in the living room, and like his tail would be really low, and he'd be like kind of slurking, like try to like slurk past us, and like didn't want us to pick him up or anything, which is not like Wally. But it seems like the past day or so, his demeanor is changing. He's more like Walito. You know, he's running around and playing with his toys, dragging his brand new toys that I bought him for Christmas, you know, up here so that I could play with them. He's obviously hanging in his box right now, so he is doing better. But I think it was just the house needed more of an energetic cleaning, and I don't really know what was there that made him so scared. Sherry Bug, yes. I mean, he was of the religion that he was with. It's the same. I mean, the religion he had isn't a dark religion. It's the things that he was doing with it. And so I believe that he follows the same religion as, or not religion, but same practices as Avalon Cameron. You know, with the Orishas, or I think she calls them Orishas. You know, he would work with them, and I think it's called Aruba or something like that is the religion. You would say he's Orthodox Aruba or Aruba, something like that. But it's how he was using it. Like I think he was mixing in like a little bit of voodoo and like calling in like demons and things like that. Yoruba, there you go. Yeah, and usually I don't think, you know, that there is a dark religion out there, but I believe that, you know, how people come at it or use it, people can skew it any way they want to, you know. Take, you know, let's say Christianity, you know, people can skew it to their version or like do whatever they want with it and then still like call it Christianity or, you know, whatever. So I believe that, you know, he was kind of doing some dark stuff within it. So yeah. So anyway, I think I have, I don't know, it's in one of my Book of Shadows somewhere. I have my Florida water recipe. Which book is it in? Hold on, let me check this book. Let's see if I can get it for you guys. P.S. What Book of Shadows doesn't have Hello Kitty on it? Anyway, this isn't it. Okay, if I was Florida water, where would I be? Um, that might need some time to find. Yeah, I might have to like make a video. Or no, I did make a video. Yeah. Duh. um, and my current spiritual path. I don't think I've done a video on that, what my current spiritual path, like how I got onto it, but I think that would be a really interesting video, and yeah, I think that's one I've thought about doing before. Yeah, I could probably do something like that. But as far as making Florida water, I did make a video on this. So if you go, I think in my DIY videos, if you go into that blah blah that playlist, you'll see how I made this. You know, and it was under all kinds of. It was I set it under an entire full, like an entire moon cycle and everything. So it would just be like supercharged. A lot of the water that I used was storm water, you know, instead of just like regular old tap water, but it was actual storm water. Oh, and then I'm sure you went practicing a witch as a kid. Do you consider yourself a witch? I do consider myself a witch. I consider myself an eclectic green witch. But you know, I have such a mixture, you know, I have, you know, pieces of Buddhism in there, you know, as far as, you know, because I was raised kind of sort of Catholic. I have like Jesus energy that I work with, but that's really all that I work with from that religion, and sometimes, you know, Mother Mary and whatever, but you know, like that's, it's kind of like different entities from different religions are in there, or maybe like pieces of different religions are in there. But I wouldn't really consider what I do like a religion. You know, I have things that I believe in. I have beliefs, you know, I have, you know, entities I believe in, energies that I believe in. You know, I believe in reincarnation and things like that. When I was a kid, actually specifically, excited about the new moon at the beginning of the year. That was cool. I let's see, when I was in middle school, I was attracted to, when I go to bookstores and you go to the far back was like the new age section, but I don't know if they called it new age back then. I just remember that's where like spell books and like witchcraft and tarot cards and all of that was back there, and I was always so interested in it, and I would read it, and I would, you know, I'd want to buy the books, but I remember the books were like crazy expensive, and I didn't have that kind of like allowance cash, you know. I'd have like $10 on me, and these books are like $50, and I was like, oh, you know, I couldn't afford them. But I would just like read through them, and it felt like that's what I wanted to do. Like I wanted to create, I wanted to make stuff, I wanted, you know, I always believed that the world was like magical, that you could like, my things that I would dream, I don't see them as being much different than, you know, the way they are in reality. But there's much of it that has stayed with you. Yeah. So, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of a mishmash of, you know, things that, you know, I have, and let's see. I would get scared though of working with witchcraft, or saying I was a witch or anything like that, because of, again, my upbringing. I lived in a very Catholic neighborhood. You know, a lot of Hispanic people were very deeply religious in my neighborhood, and it was like, is that the devil? That's scary. Which is why I had shut down my ability to see spirit and feel spirit and energies because I was scared of it. I thought it might be like the devil's work, you know. Although my nana, who is my dad's mother, my grandmother, she would always tell me like it's okay, you know, to see spirit. And yes, she was religious too, but she kind of incorporated it together. And she was all about like making stuff. And she would tell me that my grandfather, who was from the Philippines, she says, you know, there are witch doctors over there, and that's how they do healing. And she says, you come from a line of witch doctors. And I'd be like, I don't know. And I'd be a little nervous about it because my mother would tell me, you know, that's devil's work and things like that. Um, and then I don't know. It was like, you know, I got people shouting in my ears here and there, you know, telling me that what I was doing was wrong or it's scary, and so I didn't know what to think, you know, for myself. Let me just read some of your comments. Struggles have been shedding the fears of my youth, specifically being possessed. I was always told it wasn't okay. I'm still a Lutheran, but a lot of things that are witchy, I just don't label myself. There are certain things I won't work with, demons, fallen angels, because it makes me uncomfortable. Yeah. Um, yeah, so I'm more open to a lot of that stuff now. I don't I choose not to work with lower energies like demons, fallen angels, whatever. Um, you know, it doesn't mean I shy away from shadow. Like I work with shadow. I know there's stuff in the shadows. I try to heal what's in the shadows. But I try to use it with positivity, laughter, and light and things like that. But it doesn't mean that I ignore any of that. Like I do know darkness exists. Like, hello, there's always a constant battle in my own home of light and dark. So, but I know that this house can't always be light and this house can't always be dark. You know, it's like it needs the balance. Like in my own perspective, I know that we need darkness as much as we need light. Um, oh, Sapphire Hands is asking about the attic. I haven't been able to go into the attic. Um, I don't know. I tried, like, you know, with my singing bowl. I'm hoping that whatever I was doing in the house was kind of like going up into the attic, because my laugh, it's a good thing. Nice. Um, so yeah, but I definitely should make a like a little witchy path video for you guys. Um, because I'm much more open about all that now, whereas before I'd be very hush hush about what I believed. Um, Still work in progress. Yeah. Stuff I see isn't always pleasant. And sometimes I think that lower energies sometimes, like I believe that there's different planes, right? Um, excuse me, my voice is all ugh. Um, and sometimes I think that those that are on the same plane as us, like human beings, animals, plants, things like that, there are, you know, like fairies are sometimes in this realm, and you know other things could be in this realm, and sometimes there are things that are of a darker nature or a lower vibrational nature, we should say. So lower vibration doesn't mean bad, it's just kind of where they're from. And so some of those lower vibrational things try to feed off the fear of people on this plane just because it's easier and it's how they feel, I guess, powerful or whatever. And so sometimes they come to me and they're pretty freaking scary, like Night of the Living Dead scary. And I have to remember that I don't believe that things actually look like that. When people die, I don't think they look like Night of the Living Dead. You know, that they don't come at you like all like and skin falling off and all kinds of gross. Like that's for the movies. And so that's what I have to tell that energy. I'm like, you don't actually look like that, and Hollywood could do so much better. And they usually don't like that. um, oh yeah, so yeah, there are entities of dark and entities of light. Um, and so usually that makes them go away, or if it's usually something that's pretty heavy and it's just trying to move me out of a space, it doesn't want me in a certain space. But I believe I'm like, well, I'm in this body on this earth right now. I'm allowed to go where I want to, and I will not have some other energy. I don't care who you are telling me I can't go where I want to go. Like, you know, certain parts of my house, you know, I'll start to feel that like kind of creeped out, like maybe I don't want to be here. But then I'm like, you know what? this is my house. I paid for this house. You're not going to tell me that I can't be in all areas of my house. So I will like push the energy out. I'm like, this is not your plane. And this is not, you know, this is where I am right now and you can't be where I am. And so that's kind of how I talk to them. And sometimes, um, yeah. So yeah, and it could also just be my internal personification where I'm like, ah, that's scary. But then usually it'll just change to like a dark matter. Um, and yeah, so um, yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of, so yeah, I just, and sometimes I think that, some energies don't know that they've passed on, like some that were actual people, don't know they've passed on. There was an energy at my office that I literally told to fuck off. Yeah, you could do that too. But I just talk to them like I would talk to another person. Be like, hey, you can't go around scaring people like that. Or, hey, do you even know that you've passed away? And sometimes they don't. And I feel really bad. And that's like why they were like angry and trying to scare people, because they didn't know what the heck was going on because they were scared, you know. And so sometimes, and that's when I try to help them. I'm like, hey, you know, I can help you continue on unless you want to stay here. You know, I mean, I can't force you to do anything you don't want to do. Um, and so, yeah, so that's kind of how I work with spirit. I just have learned to just see them as people, even if they've never been people. But that's just how I talk to them. I try to talk with respect. If they're being disrespectful to me, I'm like, hey, you know, I don't allow other human beings to be disrespectful to me, let alone things that I can't see. So, yeah, so, and I can't always see them. Sometimes I just feel them or hear them. Um, but yeah, yeah, I think this would be an interesting topic for a video. Um, let's see, what else did I have here? Um, yeah, I kind of like that way your lady ghost chose to show herself to me. She wasn't literally dressed like the 1800s, just pulling a mental image that said morning. Yeah, so I guess it's almost like tarot cards then. Oh, hold on, let me get my. I need to plug my phone in. Okay. It says it's going into low power mode, which probably means we've been chit-chatting a while. There we go. I think it's plugged in now. Yes, it is. Hurrah. I didn't know where it came from and it wasn't communicating, so I wasn't having it. Not on MySpace. Not welcome. I don't really see spirit, but I do sometimes know things, events, and intuitive about people. Yeah, and I think everybody's, you know, because in my own beliefs, I believe everybody is, you know, a spirit inside, and this is just like our external shell. You know, same for all plants and all animals and things like that. It's just this is our outer wear, you know, in this realm. And so because we are spirit, and I believe that spirit is connected to this, I see it as like an energetic ball of light, right, of energy. And so everything, light, dark, everything is connected to this ball. And in this ball, all energy knows everything, because all energy is connected. You can't just like cut energy off. Like if you're splicing wires in a house, that's it. That's all you're doing, is you're just by splicing and redirecting energy. I believe we see spirits and remember them. So if someone was in our lives in the past, they're usually going to come to us in the current. Yeah, I believe that as well. You know, that we have a little group of people and then we just decide, okay, I'm going to be your mom in this lifetime. You get to be the family dog. You get to be my brother. You know, and that's kind of like what we do. And then it's kind of going to like Earth School, you know, or your study abroad program. We could study in the classroom or we could study abroad. You get to go to Earth or you get to go to whatever the heck planet you want to go to, and you get to learn stuff and then bring it back, you know, and that's how you get to like go up a level, you know. I see it as like moving up floors. And so, yeah, and because we're all connected to this ball of energy, some of us are going to get intuitive hits and things like that. As an image of our past, not even know we were communing with. Yeah, and I believe that, you know, even past selves. Yeah, I believe that too, that you can communicate with yourself in the past, because as I've come to learn in my own belief system, that there is no past, present, and future. It's all one timeline, and everything is happening at once. Something, nothing since then. Um, and so, so you can talk to the energy in the past, because the energy is still connected to the energy that you have now. Like, I don't believe that you can destroy energy. And so it's all like together. Um, yeah. And I could, and gosh, who was I talking to? It was a spirit guide. Um, and I was talking, well, one of my spirit guides is Horus. Horus, from the Egyptian pantheon. And, oh, I guess I'll describe this to you guys. I went to, um, I don't even know what this place is called. Makes me think of when Dorothy woke up from her dream in The Wizard of Oz, and the farm hands were the lion, the man. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah, where everybody, in her dream, was these different things, and then, when she wakes up, they're just taking on a new form, but they're the same people. um, and so I had this. It was in a deep meditation, um, and there's this guy who calls himself Ulag, and he's well, he kind of shows me as like a Cernanos now or whatever, but he's got like the antlers. He's like this big like Norse looking nature dude. He's a huge guy, like probably like 6'6", strong, and all of that. And he's I don't know, he's kind of studly. He's got red hair, he's got a red beard, and he like brought me a horse, and he got on his horse, and we rode really fast through the forest, and then we kind of started going up into the sky, and I was like, whoa, kind of at first, because I could kind of look down and see everything. I'm a little yeah, studly. um, and so we go up into this, the ethers, I guess. It's kind of not clouds, it's more like etheric and foggy or cloudy, and almost like pinks and pastels, and it's like all these, I don't know how to describe it, but it's all these geometric shapes everywhere. I swear I wasn't on drugs. And we're I'm up there, and the first people to greet me in this place are my grandma and grandpa. I mean, both my sets of my grandparents have passed away, but this is my mom's set, my grandma and my grandpa. And my grandma has her purse like she's going somewhere like she normally does, and my grandpa's looks like he's ready to work in the house, which is how I always see him. So I think those are just my mental projections of how I see my grandparents. And they were there to greet me. And I think I was asking my grandfather about something like, why is everything so hard? And when will I be able to do this? And when can I do this? And then my grandfather, talking just like my grandfather, was like, he says, what, you expect us to do everything for you? He says, why do you think you're going to school? He's like, you got to do some of this yourself. And I'm like, thanks, Grandpa. Like, he's like, we're not going to give you all the answers. My grandfather was like, kids these days expecting everybody to give them all the answers. And I'm like, well, I was just asking. And then Horus showed up, but I see Horus as like an actual, hawk and, or falcon, and so, Horus, as he's flying, like his wings are cutting into the ether, and it's opening these pockets of time, and I'm looking down into these pockets, and this Ulag guy is talking to me, and he's basically, the only time he's around is when I need to travel to that place, so it's like the person that takes me up there. Otherwise I don't really talk to him much, and he usually lets me know when it's time to go. So I can't be in that place for very long. He's usually always like, time's a ticking, like, gotta go, time to go. And so we were up in this place, and I'm looking into this pocket, and I'm like, what's this? And he says, well, that's that's ancient Egypt, and that's you down there. And I was like, I can see myself in the past. He says, and he and Horus were saying, that there is no past, there is no present, there is no future. It's all together. He says, you are living and dying at the exact same time in every lifetime you've ever been in. He says, you are living your future life. He says, the life that you have now, you've already died. He says, you're at the same, simultaneously being born and you're dying in this present life. And I'm like, what? And it was a little hard to wrap my head around. I'm like, what the heck? But he's saying, he says, so if you wanted to go back and visit your past self, you could, because you're still alive. And if you wanted to go and visit your future self, you could, because you're alive there too. He says you're alive everywhere, as at the same time you're dead everywhere, and the same time you're being born everywhere. And I'm like, whoa. And it was just like, they were letting me know this, and and if I wanted to, I could go back and visit and all of that. And but then it was time to go. And I was like, oh, okay, and then we had to leave. Yeah, I guess that's a good way to explain deja vu. Yeah. And I haven't been able to go to that place very often. I've only gone a couple of times, and I'm always met by my grandparents, and it's usually just to look into a lifetime that I could tap into that will help me with something that I'm dealing with right now. So I always find that very interesting. And a lot of times I want to go to that place, and I can't always go to that place. I'll be like looking around for Oolog, and I'm like, come on, let's grab the horse. Let's go. And it'll be like, nope, he's nowhere to be found. So he's only there when they say I need to go. Yeah, like Doctor Who in the TARDIS. Schrodinger's cat in metaphysical sense. Yes. So yeah, I have. It's so interesting because I get to see all this stuff, and I get to have all these crazy meditations and all of that. Yeah, not always when he needed. And then there's all my like human stuff that goes on that I get wrapped up in, like students and grades and people destroying my house, and then I and I'm like thinking, and sometimes I have to remove myself, which I've done, and it's been nice to do over this break. And it's just been like, this is just stuff that happens, and it's not going to mean something 5 years from now or 5 lifetimes from now. Like, I need to remember this is what I have to do, and these are just human things that happen, and it's no big deal, really. I tend to get upset. Yeah. And I'm like, but then I realize, what's the point of really getting upset? It just seems like it's, how do I describe it to you guys? Okay, like, I sing opera, and so I'm on the stage, and it feels like the world's a stage, and everybody has their part, and everybody has their lines. You have the, the, the anti, uh, my teacher brain just went out the window. Oh my God. um, Antagonists, there you go. We have antagonists, we have protagonists here. And like, that's their job. Some people's job is to piss you off, or so, or some people's job is to do something, or and that's just their job, that's just their part in the play. And so when I actually sat down and thought about these parents and their kid wanting me to change their grades, and I'm like, this is just the next act. Like, this is just one of the acts in this giant show that I'm in, and they play the parents, and that student plays the student, and then like I play the teacher. What am I gonna do next? And then we'll see. My boyfriend's older brother loves The Big Bang Theory, and he's been trying to get me to watch it, but we don't have cable, so I'm gonna have to watch it on YouTube. But yeah, so I have to think of everything as just a big show. It's a big play. We are all on the stage, and and then it's like, in all these past lives, they're all just past acts, past performances, you could say. Um, then there's the philosophical consideration that this life of your life, you're the only one who is real, and everyone else is what you have created to make up your world. That's some matrixy type shit right there. Well, then there's my boyfriend. My boyfriend really truly believes we are in the matrix. Like, he believes that this is all just like a simulation. He keeps calling it simulation theory, and he says that even my brain is just not working right. Neil deGrasse Tyson was talking about simulation theory and all of that. Yeah, Mandela effect and all of that. And so yeah, he's trying to tell me I'm in the matrix. I'm trying to tell him I'm in Earth School. Or maybe I'm in Santa Anita beer. Dead cheeky, I'm gonna have some wine tonight. I don't always drink, but when I do, it's with cards and a glass of wine. Needs to show up and get stuff straight. Dude, Keanu Reeves is so hot. I wish that Keanu Reeves really was Neo. Anyway. See, I went to the Matrix. I go home in sacred space. Yes. Yes, we go out to the Matrix and then we come home to our sacred spaces. For sure. Let's see. I was gonna do, well, what time is it? My stomach is growling. Ooh, 119 minutes. Maybe it's time for the one card pulls. Okay, let's, you guys wait here. I'm gonna go grab my tarot cards. And Bill and Ted. Whoa. Every rose has its thorn. Recite them lyrics, dude. Yes, Keanu. Oh, yes. That is my guy. My boyfriend's always like, I don't look anything like Keanu Reeves. I'm like, and? I'm like, yes, I know you look more like Val Kilmer than Keanu Reeves, but I like Val Kilmer too. Well, Val Kilmer, like circa Top Gun and The Saint, yes, but maybe not right now. Okay, you guys hang tight, chit chat with each other. I'm gonna grab my deck of cards, bring it back. We'll do our one card readings, and I'm gonna go eat lunch. Okay, so you guys hang tight. Oh, my legs. Oh, I've been doing a lot of deadlifts. Oh. Okay. What do you say? Bunny slippers? Heck yeah! Every person needs a set of boonie slippers. I got those off of Etsy because I had a set of boonie slippers, and then you can't find the John Arbuckle like bunny slippers anywhere. And so I finally found a pair close to John Arbuckle bunny slippers, and I found them on Etsy, and I need to buy another pair because those are getting grungy. Oh, I forgot to show you guys. I only bring it out every once in a while, but I have the spirit box that I use sometimes. I don't use it a lot because I see and hear spirit anyway. But sometimes it's kind of cool, like for my skeptical boyfriend to listen into, and he's kind of like, you know, when it'll, you know, be pretty accurate with saying, it blurts out words and things that, you know, are going along. It is pretty cool. And I was gonna make a video where I'm actually using it, and I was gonna use it with you guys today, but it's already 122 minutes in and I'm really hungry and I'm starting to get lightheaded, which probably means I need to bring a snack up here. Okay, I'm gonna unplug this phone and I'm going to take you guys in the kitchen because I need a snack, and then that way I don't faint while I'm freaking doing readings for you guys. Okay, 2 hours. Remember the 3-hour session? Oh, New Year's Eve spirit box session. Sherry Bug, you got it. We're doing a New Year's Eve spirit box session. Oh, By the way, the living room. I mean, sure, there's shit up in my ceiling and there's wires hanging down. But yeah, I got my living room back, and that's a pile of mail that my boyfriend's father gave him. Um, okay, let's get some snacky snacks. My fridge is full right now. I'm going to get the cheese. And this is my salves up there. And my raspberries. And I'm going to set you guys right here or something. Peanut butter jar and the spoon will sit here. Yes, I do have my nut butter. Actually, I should have some of that, but I'm just gonna have a few raspberries. These are good for the instant sugar, so I perk back up again. Plus, if I'm really hungry, it's really hard to get my intuition going. It's like I feel like I'm winding down, like Raspberries are good. Oh, I have butterflies in the front yard again. Yay! Oh shit. 5-second rule. And the mail showing up. Any packages? No packages. Okay, one more. That one may not have been as fresh. Oh. Let's see too. This is Saturday. I keep thinking it's Sunday. So one of my besties, the one, she's opera singer, so she won't be back till January 4th. So she told me to eat her treats. That's a raspberry demon. So I've been munching on the cookies that I made her. I made these they're chewy, dark chocolate cookies with peppermint on top. And then I made some snickerdoodles and I made some sugar cookies. I have no clue what day it is until the kids go back to school. So I'm gonna have one of these too. We are good to go. We'll go back outside. Oh, read the lamp. What's up? Sorry, I was dying and I needed to get some food so I could do everybody's one card readings. Here, let me turn the camera around. See how much lighter and better the room is? Hey, Wally. Aww. I just snacked on an orange cookie. Aww. And all of Wally's little toys. Yeah. Ooh, making some tea. Awesome. Those are all the gifts in the corner. I still have to give some of my friends and their kids. Of course, my boyfriend's candy he got for Christmas. But yeah, everything seems to be a lot lighter in here. Not really full of all the spooks and ghosties and darkness that you guys saw last time. And sure, there's holes and wires in my ceiling, but that's gonna get fixed. And yeah, the living room's just a lot better. And Wally will actually even go into the living room now. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, he does not like looking up into those holes. Yeah, the stairs. Yeah, this is what you call it? saltillo tile. And then there's my stairs, which always need a cleansing. I know. Oh, and then we bought this wreath. We had to buy another one because we thought that guy had stolen our wreath. And then when I was going to bake those cookies that you guys saw, we found our wreath in the freaking oven. Like, why did he shove it in the oven? I have no idea. Oh, and then this was from my good friend that gave me that cool track necklace. Teach, coach, sleep, repeat. I thought that was really cool. So I'm gonna wear that when I get back to school, because we're gonna start preseason training for my track team. And then the season officially starts end of February. Yeah, he was a straight up weirdo. Oh, Wally. Wally, are my stairs still creepy? Probably, but that's okay. Stop clawing my stairs. Okay. My tarot cards. Did I already bring them into the other room? I think I did. With the wall, I don't know, because you can't really, I don't know, we can't remove that wall. You know, I don't know. Who knows? It's just creepy, I guess. Yeah, I think I think I put my cards in the other room for us. Okay. See what a lovely, nice day it is? It's like 80 some degrees. Yeah, the half wall. Yeah, I mean, I think that was put in later, that half wall. Okay, getting settled back down. And again, the reason I'm sitting over here is because this is where my plug is at, and the phone chews up a lot of battery during these insanely long live chats of mine, which I enjoy. I like doing them with you guys, and if you guys like it too and you want to hang with me, I mean, then they're just going to be long. Yeah, it's 80 some degrees. Some people it's in the negative. Some people it's freaking snowing. I'm going to have me a little cheesy. And then I always bring a stone for the readings too. So I have my red cap amethyst to help us out today. Wally, please don't take a dump while Mommy is sitting here. That would be not cool. -3. Oh. You know what? This stone is hot. That's interesting. I haven't really been holding it. For the mediumship readings, that was my apophyllite. Anytime I do mediumship readings, I gotta use my apophyllite. I kind of feel like, I mean, a little dizzy because I was hungry, but I don't know, I feel like I'm, I do have demortierite. It's actually in my cases down here. I don't use it often, but every now and then I do. Yeah, I love the red tip. Yeah, it's got that hematitis. Gosh, this stone is hot. It's gonna be good today, I guess. But every time I'm a little dizzy, it's usually, that means there's a lot of spirit or spirit energy around. So I don't know if I'm surrounded by a lot of spirit right now, but okay. Okay. All right, so I'm going to be using my Victorian Romantic Tarot. And so in the chat right now, just let me know if you would like a general reading or something specific, but most everybody just likes a general one card. So just let me know here, and then I'll just go in the order that you guys say yes. or that you would like a general reading. Uh, okay, so Sherry Bug D, Retha Lent, New Age Lunatic, Ayame Soryu, Dead Cheeky. Okay. So let me scroll back to get to the first person, which I believe was Sherry Bug D. Okay. I'm going to keep this here because I'm feeling just like I need a lot more grounding. There's just a lot of spirit energy around me. Oh hell, I'll take one. Embracing the moon, sure. Okay, so this first one is for Sherry Bug D. Okay, and so I always will try to let you guys know the image I get in my head before I pull your cards. So the image I got was of a blonde lady who kind of looked like she had angel wings, like smiling at you. Maureen Stewart Hodges, sure. I'm just going in order. So that's just the image I got for Sherry Bug. Okay, we have a flyer. Travel Lancaster. Okay. Okay, so Sherry Bug, you got the Three of Pentacles. And kind of how I'm mixing the image I saw for you first with the blonde lady with the wings and she's like smiling at you. Could be like a spirit guide or angel or whatever. But what I'm getting is that you're finally getting recognition for something that you've been working on. It's something you've been working really hard on. So this could be something in work. It could be something family related in that area. I'm not quite sure. But it seems like, you know, you've put a lot of time and energy into it, and maybe felt a little dissed or whatever because people haven't been like, oh wow, like that's really awesome that you've been working on it. It seems like, you know, people just kind of been like whatever and ignoring this thing that you've been doing. But now that you have a lot to show for it, it seems like if people are finally appreciating the hard work that went into it. And so when I see this woman smiling, it's like, you know, she's very proud of you. And you don't really need the admiration of those people, but sometimes it works. It helps. Okay, so yeah, let me know, Sherry Bug, if that resonates. This thing that whatever it is that you've been working on, that, you know, people are finally seeing, you know, all the good hard work that you've put into it. And it probably feels really good. So kudos to you. Keep up the good work. So that's for Sherry Bug. And then let's see who else we have. Retha Lent. Okay. I wonder if it's a spirit guide. It could be. But I'm glad that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, it had angel wings, so maybe is just symbolic of being a spirit guide, perhaps. Okay, so Retha Lent, let's go. And holding on to my very warm stone. Do you guys ever get stones that are just hot in your hands? Like my hands are frozen and this is nice and warm. I know it's 80 some degrees outside, but I'm a cold person. Like I'm always cold. Ooh. Oh my gosh. I kind of got this literally. You know the chariot? Okay, you see all these girls and they're on this like... Okay, let me know if this makes sense or... But I kind of feel like you and your girls are going on a road trip. I know it sounds like really literal, but that's kind of what I was getting. I mean, I see all these girls, they're going on a trip, feeling pretty badass. Like sometimes, you know, and if you haven't gone on one, I think this is an urge to like, it's road trip time, like with your friends. Um, it's something that's really needed. And I'm actually seeing you as being this person right here. Yes, next month they're spiritual badasses to the max. So, yay! So this is gonna be really good for you. I think you're gonna love that road trip. Awesome. Um, let's see who else. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Um, okay, New Age Lunatic, and then Ayami Soryu. Okay, so New Age Lunatic. Actually, probably need a drink of water. I'm getting a little... You guys push a lot of energy into the room. Whew. Okay, New Age Lunatic. Okay, New Age Lunatic. Whoa, whoops. Oh, you're going to New York City. Thank you. That's so awesome. Have fun in New York. My gosh. I am so due for a road trip with my girls. Okay, so New Age Lunatic, before I pull your card, so for you, I was hearing a song in my head instead of like getting an image. And then would be a lot of fun. Yeah. Um, I think it's sung by Bush. You know, it's is it Swallowed? I think Swallowed is the name of the song. Um, I don't even know all the words. It's like swallowed, hollow, something, something. Yeah, I can't even. No, I think it's Swallowed by Bush. You don't have girls, so I have one, two. I have two chick friends. Most of my friends are dudes. Um, I don't know. I'm kind of a loner person though. I have my one friends. I hang out with them one at a time, once in a blue moon, but normally I'm always on my own. So are my road trips. My road trips are usually on my own, but it's time I took one with my good friend Agnes. Okay, so New Age Lunatic. So yeah, I'm hearing the Bush song Swallowed for you. Whoa. Okay, with our kids. That's awesome. Okay, New Age Lunatic, I got Seven of Swords. And so when I hear that Bush song, yeah, I can be extroverted, but I'm a lot introverted. I'm an introverted extrovert. So New Age Lunatic, so when I hear that Bush song, it's usually, I mean, I like rocking out to that song, but I feel kind of sad. I don't know. And so when I get the Seven of Swords, it's almost like right now you feel like something was unjustly or unfairly taken away. Um, and so something's probably weighing pretty heavily on your heart right now. But since it's a Seven of Swords, I'm seeing it as just temporary. So this isn't like something that's going to weigh on your heart forever, but maybe just right now. So let me know if that makes sense. So something like unfairly or unjustly taken away from you. And it's just temporary though. So yeah, so that's how I'm equating that Bush song with this card. So let me know, New Age Lunatic, if that makes sense. Whoa, hold on. Playing an extrovert. Personality. That's classic extroverted introvert. I probably am. Um, that was New Age Lunatic is who I was working with. Sorry, I have to go back through all of your comments to see who is next. Okay, so it's Ayami Soryu and then Dead Cheeky about job prospects. Okay. Yeah, definitely think on that one because that's interesting. Okay, Ayami Soryu. Okay, so Ayami Soryu, if you're still on here, and I'm afraid I'm mispronouncing your name, I just looked out my window. A giant crow flew by, and there's a biplane, like an old biplane, red biplane just went by. So that's interesting. A lot of flight there. Okay, I got the King of Pentacles, and right away I heard her dad. So I don't know the connection between flight and your dad. I don't know if your dad was a pilot or something about flight, or it could even be moving forward. But yeah, this guy in the picture, he seems really old. I know he's the king, but it almost looks like he's needing a lot of help. You know, he has this help down here, and I see this other horse. So I don't know. I see like movement forward with this older man, which I'm thinking is your dad. So this like flight moving on. Let me know if that makes any sense. Yeah, so I had the old biplane, you had a crow go by, and now you have this king who's needing some help, but he's like moving on to some place. So I don't know if there's something involving your father right now. Yeah, but definitely let me know. And then Dead Cheeky, excuse me. Excuse me, oh my gosh, why am I so burpy? Dead Cheeky wanted to know about job prospects. Okay, hold on to this. This is getting hot, y'all. Okay, Dead Cheeky, the song I was hearing for you, I saw the sun, you know, seeing the sun with like sunglasses. And I hear the Beach Boys, we'll have fun, fun, fun till my daddy took the T-bird away. Fun, fun, fun till my daddy took the T-bird away. Oh, so that could be several things. Very interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, let me see, that certainly sounds good. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking about this older man just like moving forward, like he's needing a lot of help. For Ayami Soryu? Sorya? Okay, Dead Cheeky. Job prospects. Okay, so we had the Beach Boys playing. We had the sun with sunglasses. And you can have fun, fun, fun till your daddy takes the T-bird away. He's older than me, going through a lot right now. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. You know, I said your hubby good vibes. And you're moving soon. Oh, well, that's the account of all the moving, I guess. Okay. All right, Dead Cheeky. You're going to like this one. King of Cups. So hearing the song, you know, fun, 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 you are definitely welcome. You are so welcome. So hearing the song, fun, 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 seems like, you know, so you're asking about job prospects. It's going to be coming at a time when you least expect it, though. You know, not when you're like putting out resumes or like checking on this place or that place, but it seems like at a party, when you're in the middle of having fun, and you're just being you, being you, your authentic self, wacky, crazy, all kinds of fun. That through that, maybe it won't happen right away, but there's gonna be at this get together or whatever, I don't know, brunch, could be an actual party, that there's somebody who's gonna remember you for what you said before. And you guys are going to end up getting together and talking about some business ideas. So I'm getting some good stuff for you. So it looks like this is going to be slow developing, but just keep being you, keep being who you are, because people really love you for it, and they're going to remember you for it. And that's what you want. You want to put yourself out there and have people remember you for who you really are. And that's what's going to help propel you forward in your business prospects. So there you go. Okay, I want to look at who was after Dead Cheeky. Embracing the Moon, Marine, okay, so it's Embracing the Moon, Embracing the Moon, and Maureen. And then we'll continue on with some other people. Sorry, I'm just reading. Okay, Embracing the Moon, Maureen, and then Sapphire Hands. I think that's our three. Okay, Embracing the Moon is next. See if I get anything for Embracing the Moon. Okay, Embracing the Moon. I'm seeing, hey Brenda. I do need a tab. I need something to write down all your names so I don't have to keep like scrolling through. Embracing the Moon, I was seeing a Jeep Wrangler. We'll see what that means. Oh, well, welcome. We're just doing a 1-card pull for everybody now that we're at the tail end and we're at like a couple hours in. Embracing the Moon, having the Jeep Wrangler. Okay, Embracing the Moon, I got Temperance. And what I got from this, as I was trying to incorporate the Jeep Wrangler, okay, when you think of a Jeep Wrangler, I didn't mean the clown face. You think of it as being like this fun off-roading vehicle, but a lot of times people don't really get to use it in that fashion. It's more like just a street vehicle, right? But it can be used in both. You could take it off-roading if you wanted to, in some cases, and other times it's just your day-to-day car. It takes you to work. And then Temperance, I'm seeing, is a balance of the two. So sorry. I'm seeing that you're needing, either you're trying to find or you're needing to find a balance between your work and your play. So either you're relying too heavily on work right now and you're not giving yourself the outlet that you need, or you may be procrastinating too much and not wanting to deal with what's going on in work right now. And so it's all play right now. I accidentally did the devil emoji. So yeah, so I'm just seeing that you need to really stop, take stock of what's going on right now and say, okay, am I doing too much of the play or too much work? And even though I think, well, it's really important if you're doing work, like, I just need to get this done, I'll play later. You're going to experience burnout. You're not going to be able to get everything done that you want to if you're just burning yourself out, and it's not going to be the quality that you want to. Same on the other side. If you're totally neglecting all of the work, and it's play all the time, well, then you're not going to be able to advance or get what you want, out of that work. So I'm seeing that you're just going to need a balance. So embracing the moon, let me know if that makes sense. Okay, and then Maureen wanted one next, Maureen. Okay, Maureen, let's see. Balance is a key thing. It is. I think that's a key thing with a lot of people. For me, the balance is in my brain. Like I tend to run away with my thinking a lot. Okay, Maureen, let's see if I get any images for you. Okay, I don't know why I'm just hearing songs today, but Maureen, your song today, how do you even, it's, I don't know. I don't think it's meant to be a sad song, but they play it whenever they're playing like, you know, footage of stuff that's sad, and it's this song that they play. It's like, who can say da 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 theme thing. Oops. But same thing, I suppose. Love your next. It is amethyst, actually. Yes. Sorry, my little moon got turned here. Oh, Enya. Okay, yes. Okay. So, Maureen, you got Enya. Own Enya. Like, what's wrong with me? Okay, Maureen, I got the Two of Swords. And I'm not really reading this traditionally. So you see the look on her face, and the fact that she has, I know she has her hands over her heart, but it's almost like she's reaching up and stopping her throat. And the reason I think throat as well is because she has these blue flowers in her hair, which make me think of the throat chakra. So for you, it's almost like I'm seeing like a stopping of your voice. Like there's something that you want to speak out on right now, and it seems like you're stopping yourself from doing so. But in this card, what they're telling me to do, as I see the water in the back, is you need to let that out. Even if it upsets some people, even if some people disagree with you, you'll just feel a lot better for having said what you needed to say, and being you, being authentically you. And so I think in a lot of these readings, it's just all of us being authentically us, and that's something that we're going to practice this entire lifetime that we're here on this earth. But I'm just really feeling that you need to, you really need to speak up. Even yeah, even if you lose friends, like, then, you know, it's kind of sad to say, but sometimes we do lose friends because we cease to resonate with them, and that's okay, because that just opens the doorway for new friends. So although it may stab and it may hurt, like these swords down here, it's something you need to do for you spiritually and personally. So speak your mind, girl. Speak your mind. And I hope that resonates, being able to speak out. Oh, what deck is this? This is the Victorian Romantic. Okay. Ted Cheeky went and got the beer. The clouds in the card look like the creatures from the Black Lagoon wearing one of those giant foam fingers. Okay, let's see. Oh gosh, I said Maureen. Oh, and Sapphire Hands. I think that's. Let me just double check. Yeah, I think it was Maureen, and then I already did her, so then it's like Sapphire Hands. I do need a notepad. That's my power word. Totally resonates. Oh, I'm so glad. Spirit S with you. Is it too late to add it? It is not too late to add your name. So Sapphire Hands and then Brenda. And then I think that's everybody. Okay. Okay. Sapphire Hands. I got my stone. I'm going to take another sippy. Well, I don't want to make you cry. But yeah, you need to speak out. Okay, Sapphire Hands. And remember, if you guys enjoy these readings super lots, you could always head on over to my Etsy shop. I got all different kinds of readings, and I have my year ahead spread if you guys are interested. And all my sprays and all my jewelries, like these bracelets. You're very welcome, Maureen. Okay, Sapphire Hands. Let's see if I get any images or songs for you. Okay, Sapphire Hands, I have a song for you. Embracing the Moon, I'm so glad that you stopped by. I mean, gosh, this has been a really long live chat. So thank you so much for coming by, and you're very welcome for the reading. Okay, Sapphire Hands, do you remember that song by Eve Six? I would swallow the rhymes, I would choke on the rhymes, and I would leave me empty inside. Swallow my doubt, turn me inside out, find nothing but peace in nothing. Put my tender heart in a blender, watch it spin round to a beautiful oblivion. Rendezvous, then I'm through with you. And I messed up all those words, but I haven't heard that song in a really long time. Yeah, so Sapphire Hands, that was your song. I love Eve 6. Mostly I just love that song. And I was so stoked when I found out Eve 6 came from, and I knew it right away because I was really into, I hate when my brain goes in. It looks like natural black tourmaline, but it was too quick. Oh, this is actually Lava Stone, and this is Charoite. You know, with Mulder and Scully, my brain goes really blank on some very trivial things like X-Files. Thank you. That used to be my show. And I remember watching the X-Files episode when there was a Eve 6 in the episode, and right away I knew that the band had gotten their name from the X-Files episode. Okay, so Sapphire Hands. Anyway, you got Eve 6 and X-Files in there for you. The truth is out there. Oh my gosh. Okay, you got the Devil card. And I really love this devil. She looks like she's on stage. Says Mulder and Scully, I can't help but sing the song by Sharis Matthews. Yes. Actually, when I think of Mulder and Scully and the X-Files, I think of the Bloodhound Gang song, but that's just me. So when I'm hearing the Eve 6 song, it seems like Inside Out, remembering the name. Well, yeah, if you think of Inside Out. So the Devil card, what I'm getting for you is, I'm just hearing the song choking on the rinds, choking on the rinds. So it seems like you may be focusing on a lot, too much externally right now. So like, I need, you know, this to be happy, and the lead singer of the Bloodhound Gang and the rest of the band as well. You do? Oh my god, I love the Bloodhound Gang. Like, you don't know how much I love the Bloodhound Gang. I literally listen to them when I work out. Yes, there's a lot of music today. I'm just feeling very musical in my brain. But I'm hearing Sapphire Hands that it's like you're like, okay, I need like, you know, this diet and then I'll be happy. And then I need, you know, this money and then I'll be happy. And everything seems to be very external right now. Yeah, Jimmy Pop. Oh my gosh, that'd be so cool. Yes, I need to see that pic. Um, but you know, and sometimes, you know, we all get caught up in that sometimes where, you know, for me, I'm thinking, man, if I just won the lottery, you know, do you know how many like parts of my life would just be fixed? You know, I would be able to fix up this house. I'd be able to like piece out some of those parents at school. You know, I'd be able to do so much, but it's only dangerous when we get carried away with that external, like if this and this happens, then I'll be happy. So yes, I do know that we need to pay bills, and that can be stressful when we can't pay bills and things like that. I do know that. Um, but we have to find other ways to fulfill ourselves, to be happy inside, and then, you know, and while working on that external happiness as well. So I think the message today is just to not focus so heavily on everything outside of you making you happy. You need to look within. What makes you happy just being you? You know, it could be something little that doesn't cost money or doesn't involve food or, you know, things like that. And so let me know if that makes sense. And then I believe, um, oh, Julia's leaving. All right, see you later, Julia. Um, and then I think we have Brenda. So Brenda wanted a general. I'm keeping my red cap amethyst. I'm gonna have another shipsies of water. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yay. So yes, Brenda's next. Brenda. Okay, Brenda, I was seeing a bunny rabbit eating a carrot. That was my like mental image for you. Ooh. Okay, so Brenda, you got the Justice card, which as we know is Libra. Actually, I'm a Libra moon. Um, and so right now I'm trying to put together what does that have to do with a bunny rabbit eating a carrot. Um, okay, so what I have is when we think of bunnies, we usually think of carrots, like they go together, right? And then in this picture, yes, I know it's the Justice card, but I'm not really reading it like that. Yes, you had a small fire in your house, and it's bothering me seeing the damages and repairs that need to be done. Wow. Yeah, I'm grateful your house didn't burn down too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's. We had a fire in my house back when I was like 16, and half the house burnt down. So that's. I understand how scary that is, but at the time I was a teenager, so you know I can't imagine now me being an adult with like this house here if it had, you know, burnt. But you know I'm grateful that it sounds like you're fine and and the whole house didn't burn down. So yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, I definitely see that. So um, I could see how that external issue would be causing a lot of problems for you right now. But it looks like, you know, even for me with, you know, I mean, my house didn't burn down, but I got parts that are jacked up that I just need to put my focus elsewhere. It's like, okay, that's going to get fixed. I know it's going to get fixed, and there's nothing I can do about it right now. So that's kind of how I had to look at things, as much as it sucks. And I'm not downplaying that part of your house burning down doesn't suck. Like that sucks. So, but just every time your brain goes to, oh my God, and staring at it, just you got to redirect. So it's going to have to be a conscious effort of like redirect your attention, because that's what I have to do currently right now. Every time I see shit wrong in my house, I'm like, redirect. It'll get fixed. There's nothing I can do about it right now. Okay, so Brenda. Okay, so like I was saying, I'm not reading it like the Justice card, but I see this girl. You know, she's very light. He's very dark. You know, he's down here. You know, like all in the darkness. She's up here in the lightness. So I'm seeing this more like a balance, almost like temperance. And so I'm not seeing the same balance that I saw for somebody else in their temperance card. Um, but I'm seeing that you're putting things together right now, things that match. You know, this goes with this. Bunnies go with carrots. So it seems like it could be in your work right now or your personal life. It's you're starting to put two and two together. So there's something that you've been kind of wondering about, or like, how does that even work? How does that even happen? And it seems like you're wising up about a situation and you're starting to put those two and two together. Like, oh, now I know. And that new knowledge and you being able to put all those pieces together is going to help you help propel you forward with the next steps, like what you need to do next, and really seeing people for who they really are. And maybe I think you've already started doing this, but maybe you will start doing this, but I actually see this as you already starting to do this. That just stopped burning and went out on its own. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Actually, you know, when I was 16, my parents' house, when the whole back portion burned down, what's amazing, I had two Barbie dolls in there, something to do with starting medical treatments. Oh, that could be Brenda. Starting to put things together, doctors putting things together, putting two and two together. But I do see this as a positive with this knowledge, being able to move forward with it. So maybe this is you, or this is the doctors getting this knowledge. So yeah. But yeah, so I was talking about like I had these two Barbie dolls in this house, and there was a fire and that whole thing starting on Thursday. Well, I'm sending you much healing, and I told some people earlier that I was going to be doing a healing session tonight. I'm going to be doing like my spell work and everything, and I have a list of names of people that I'm sending some healing to. So I will definitely keep you in mind when I'm doing that healing tonight. I wish you much luck. But after the fire and everything, and all the windows in that room, and it was surrounded all by windows. You're very welcome, Brenda. They all blew out due to the heat, and I thought somebody was breaking the windows, and it was so hot in there because it was just an inferno in that room. But after the fire was out, after the firefighters came and put it out and everything, those two Barbie dolls that were literally in the flames of the fire, the only thing that was singed was a little bit of the back of their hair. And it was everything that we loved that was in that room, like my father's, all his records, all his vinyl, again, right next to the fire. A piece of the ceiling had fallen down and covered all his records so they didn't burn. I mean, the photographs went up, but like my Barbie dolls were safe. My grandmother's wet bar that was in there. My family had some things locked up in those cabinets. They were safe. The heat that spread throughout the house, like melted the blinds, like throughout our entire house, like just the heat, even though the fire didn't, get to the rest of the house, like the heat and ash did. And like the ash is like so greasy, and it was all over our windows and everything. But like we had plastic picture frames where you'd have melted blinds in between. There's like a bookcase with all these plastic picture frames. Perfect. Like they're fine. And it was like, I don't know. It was like everything that we loved and cared about was fine in our house. So, maybe there are some people's looking out for us sometimes. So maybe they were looking out for you and your family, just like, just there's some crap happening, but we're gonna stop the fire here, you know. So yeah, um, yeah. Alrighty, so I think that was everybody. Um, Let me know because I had to scroll through a lot of comments. So if I missed you, I'm not trying to be a butthole. So let me know if you think I'm being a butthole right now and I'm skipping you. Let me know right now and I'll do your one card reading. People are trying to stay away from buttholiness. Okay, so it looks like I got everybody then. Before I sign off, I'm gonna send you guys a quick healing, and then like I said, there are those people. I've been live for over 3 hours. Okay, so this is another crazy long live chat. Oh my gosh, how do we even talk that long? I do. I don't even know how you get a moderator. I know people have them, but I don't know how you do that. Or yes, we all just love to talk. Or maybe I just need a pen and paper and I need to start like writing this stuff down. But somebody said, and I forgot who it was, that New Year's we should bust this out. Yes, it's the Gemini in me. Let's see, what are all my signs? I got my Libra moon, my Gemini sun, and my Scorpio rising. Or ascendant. So yeah, maybe we'll bust this out on New Year's Eve. I don't plan on going anywhere on New Year's Eve. I stay away from the roads and streets around that time. Plus, I have a huge view where I get to see all the fireworks. Team Scorpio! Let's see, when should we do on New Year's Eve? It would probably be evening time. Maybe not too late. New Year's Eve is tomorrow, isn't it? Holy crap. Let's see. I'm in Pacific, PST, Pacific Standard Time. Because I'm West Coast. I'm Cali. Gosh, I don't want it to be too late because in case my boyfriend and I are doing something, and I don't want it to be early because tomorrow is when we run all our errands and I know everything's going to close early, so we're going to have to start early. So I wouldn't be able to do a morning chat like this. Well, morning. It's like afternoon.
It's 1:08. Good afternoon.
Yes, that's what Mickey says. I don't know. If I'm going to do something, I would say 7 or 8 p.m. Oh, or no, New Year's Day. Nobody's working on New Year's Day, hopefully. If we do it New Year's Day, we can do it in the morning. But then I hope everybody isn't like hungover and tired. Okay, so let's try to do this New Year's Day. So let's try same bat time, same bat channel, but on New Year's Day instead. So that would be on Monday the 1st. So hopefully you guys aren't working. Hopefully you have New Year's Day off. So let's do in the morning, so like my standard like 10 11 a.m. ish, and we'll bust out the spirit box. Maybe I'll do a little like make a little something for you guys. Yeah, same time, so like 10 11 a.m. I know it's 1 something right now. Yeah, but we'll start then. What are you doing on New Year's Day? You'll be doing all year. Sounds perfect. I love to continue making videos. And so yeah, so then maybe like let's do a little spell work. Let's do maybe some healing, some good vibes, putting it out there for 2018. And yeah, and then we'll use the spirit box. Yeah, alrighty. And so like I said, okay, so we got that. That's what we're doing. I'm bringing the spirit box, and we'll do some spell work, we'll do some healing work. I'll put out some good vibes for 2018, and we can all get this party started January 1st, 2018, Pacific Standard Time, California, putting out the goodiness for everyone. What is with the fingers today? Emojis. Okay. So I'm going to leave you guys with some healing, but like I said, I'm going to do some actual like in-depth healing tonight, and those people that requested some healing, I'm going to put it out there for you guys. Okay. Here we go. We got a red tip amethyst. You guys continue on the emoji train over there. Thank you. Here we go. So you can sign off now if you don't want my healing energy. You're not going to hurt my feelings at all. You're very welcome. I'm glad you guys like the chat. I don't know how these chats get so long. It's because we're awesome. We love to chitty chat. But otherwise, stick around if you want a little bit of healing energy, and then I will sign off. So here we go. Here we go. Alrighty. That was a good one. So while I was doing that, sorry, it takes a lot of juice. I could hear all like the fae, the fairies, like I was like seeing in my mind's eye, like all the fairy lights. I was hearing Enigma's Return to Innocence. And it just seemed like there was all this white light going out to you guys. I was trying to pump it out, and usually how I pump it out, like I pull up from my grounding, you know, through the grounding chakras, and then in through my head, and it comes out through my heart, through my hands. Oh wow, your hands are vibrating. And then this bolt of blue electricity just pow, like and it was like I could see you guys all in the room, and it was like I was trying to fill you guys all up. So yeah, so hopefully, I don't know, helps out a little bit. I know it takes a lot of juice out of me. So thank you guys for all stopping by on another extremely rambly, long live chat. You're very welcome. I hope everybody enjoyed their readings, that you enjoyed the craziness that is my channel and all of this. You like that? I've been working out hard in the gym. I'm starting 2018 in swole mode. So yeah, and I will see you guys all January 1st between 10 and 11 a.m. I'm shooting for 10 a.m. So yes, so I'm glad that you guys enjoy my channel, because I enjoy making all the videos that I do. I really loved being able to do my giveaway, so hopefully those 3 people that won today, email me at tara@kittensweightsandtarot.com so I can get an address in which I can send your prizes to. All right, so 600 subscribers and counting. Oh my freaking God. And you guys are so awesome. Much love to you all. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.